Let's see here. We are going to do a sound check. See if we are live. We are live. Okay, let's see. Let's see. It says I can manage here. So it looks like let me see. Do I want to skip the tour? Let's do it. No, we're going to skip the tour. We're going to skip the tour cuz it looks like I am live. Peace and greetings. Welcome on in. Oh my goodness. We are live. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. It looks like we are live. How are we all doing? Ah. Happy. Welcome on in, everyone. So you guys did just see my chat message. Welcome in. How are you all feeling? How are you all doing? It is Friday. Oh my goodness. It is Friday. And I want to say welcome to the Soul family. Welcome to everyone joining me. Yeah, we're going to get started here in just a moment. I just want to welcome you guys in. Welcome on in, Queen Brown Sugar. Love that name. Gotti is in the building. Welcome in. Eris is here. King Keys University. Love that name. You guys are moving so fast. Let me slow down. Let me slow down. Um, Let me slow down just a minute. Davina is in the building. Welcome on in. Seven Grands is in the building. Earthly and Ethereal is in the building. T. Thomas, the resurrected God. I always have to say it that way because it's such a long, profound name. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Choose Love Always is here. Isabella is in the building. Welcome on in, Time. Welcome on in, Kingdom Keys. Welcome on in, Lovely Divine 777. Welcome on in. Ooh, you guys, the names. Raha, welcome on in, right? Mega Miss Little, welcome on in. Listen, first of all, I want to let you guys know that we are actually streaming in two locations. I am also streaming on Twitch. Yikes. I am streaming on Twitch, which this is my very first time. So if you're coming over from Twitch, please let us know if you are watching or if you want to go follow me on Twitch. It is the Oracle. I think it's the Oracle Blue. Yeah, the Oracle Blue. Over on Twitch, and I'm streaming over on Twitch. I had to get Baby Blue kind of help me out a little bit to kind of get everything situated, but welcome to everyone on in. Matter of fact, first shout out I want to say is I definitely want to say happy born day to everyone celebrating a born day. We are in Cancer season, the season with all of the feels that gives all of the feels. And this stream is not going to end until I drop one of the most shocking readings I've ever done. And if any of you know about the readings that I've been doing for over 20 plus years, right? Consciously or unconsciously, I have done thousands upon thousands of readings for people all over the world. But yeah, we'll get into that. Welcome on in. I see the futuristic activation class is in the building, the collective. So shouts out to everyone who's a part of the futuristic activation collective. Welcome on in, as well as the divine priestess are in the building. Want to say welcome on in, and everyone who's in the all about frequency 8-week class. How are we doing? How are we feeling, soul family? I feel like I got a lot going on with a lot of screens going on, but I'm doing my best not to get distracted and still keep moving forward because I have, This was something that came to me for a while. I've had my Twitch account for a very long time, and mostly I go over there just to listen. But here, this isn't about listening tonight. It's about coming on in and all of us joining together. And I got some questions. Some of you I haven't seen in a long time. Welcome on in. Please let me know also if this is your very first time listening. So, hi, what's up, soul family? Welcome to the frequency. Know that this isn't a live stream. This isn't just a live stream. This is a transmission. It's a full energetic reset. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready for that reset. I can use a good reset any day of the night, any morning, afternoon, evening. It doesn't matter. Now, I want to tell you this. This stream, hold on. This stream won't end until I drop one of my most shocking readings I've ever done. And I don't mean that, I mean that not the kind of shocking that's messy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind that makes your whole spirit sort of sit up. That just makes your whole spirit sit up straight, that kind. And if you don't know, I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I am the voice behind the remix, where frequency became family long before it became a trend. That thing that we call community soul group, long before it became a trend. And if you're just now meeting me, don't worry, you didn't miss it. You are in it and you are showing up right on time. And for those of you who have been here with me for this whole entire journey, I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Let's get those likes up so we can let our soul family know where we are, and we can send the message out to those that are out there. We can send the message out to them. I had a pretty busy week this week. A lot of things going on. And for those of you who are dealing with some of this weather situation, because the situation is going on, it's happening, it's real, and it's live out there, you know. But you know what I wish? I wish you guys could actually I wish you could do something. Let me see if it's even possible. I want to see if it's even possible. Give me 1 second while we gather ourselves here and get those likes up for everyone who is joining us here. Yeah. So, I wish it was possible. What I wish was possible is that you all could smell me. Yeah, and I say that in the most beautiful and the most respective way. For the last couple of years, one of the things many of you who know, if you know, you know, I really am a fragrance girl. In fact, I used to have, oh, wow. I used to have my own fragrance company. I used to have my own fragrance line. And some of you, if you were here, you got to experience that. But I am a real fragrance girl. Like, I love the scents, I love the smells, and I love all of that. That's one of my love languages. And I also just love essential oils and all of that good, juicy stuff. And so, if you've experienced it through the magical spiritual bath kits, or when we had the I Feel and I Am oils that me and Baby Blue did together, then you got a chance to kind of get into some of that magic. But one of the things that I always have, Priestess Andrea, good to see you. She said, I wasn't expecting that one, but I love smells. It's one of those ways that you can get to heaven, right? So I'm going to give you one because people are always asking me whether in person or, Miss Blue. And over the years, I've given out some of my fragrance combos. But I'm going to tell you guys something. In the last 2 years, I've had a really hard time, a real hard time uh, deciding on what my signature scent will be for the year. I've had one that I wore for 2 or 3 years, and I don't know. I'm kind of falling back in love with fragrance again. And it's kind of hard for me to pinpoint because sometimes that changes on a day to day basis. Sometimes that changes. I don't know if I'm going to be a signature scent girl anymore or if I'm just going all out frequency. If I'm going all out frequency. And I'm not going to burden you, and I'm not saying to go out and purchase these things. And at this particular time, I am not going to bring some things to the channel. I'm not telling you to do what I do. Because listen, when I say your girl has no cap when it comes to fragrance, because I got some fragrances that are cost a whole bag and I love them. And I have some that I can pick up here and there, in the local Zara, Ulta, when I'm out and about, or if I'm in Neiman's and Saks, I can pick them up. I can pick them up anywhere. I'm not stuck on a price tag, but I am stuck on a scent. And when something captivates me, it captivates me. But I wanted to bring something that I think that we all can experience because it's not too far out of reach. I'm not asking you to make a stretch. I make stretch, and some of you may too. But I'm really all about that profile. And so I have been wearing this, and today I put it on, and everywhere I went, excuse me, what are you wearing? Which I get that all the time. In fact, I incite a riot. I love it. Not overbearing, because some scents are very intimate, meaning you got to come close to smell it. And I love intimate scents, not the ones that are loud, that sort of blow up the spot. But I want the ones that linger, that the soufflage, which is the aura of the scent. Just like we have physical auras, fragrances has what is called an aura too, or a soufflage, or soufflage, however you want to say it, which means how long the scent will last. So check this out. This one I purchased it last year. And no lie, I should have got 2 bottles. I'm going to have to go back in for one more. But I said I was going to share it. I'm going to share it. Now, I wear a lot of scents. When you start getting into different profiles, you will notice that there really is no feminine or masculine. It's not cologne and perfume. It is fragrance and it's unisex. And depending on your body's chemistry, it can smell completely different to everyone. But this one right here, this is for my sisters. This is for my girlies. And I want to set the scene for you because this was a blind buy for me, meaning I didn't smell it on anyone. No one didn't tell me about it. I kind of stumbled upon it, right? It kind of dropped into my sphere. hmm Come on with it, rich auntie. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. For sure, I'll take that. But let me tell you, this is affordable. It's gorgeous. And if I had to give it a profile, an oracle profile, it smells like a memory you haven't had yet. A memory you haven't had. Yeah, think of it this way. It's a memory you haven't had because energy enters before I speak and scent carries it even deeper. Let me see. I got some of the notes here for my profile girls. And even though you can wear this in the summer, you can wear this all year round because in the fall, I had a whole different elevation of my vibration that I went to when I was wearing this. You guys know I'm a Godiva girl. How many of you know I'm a Godiva girl? If you know I'm a Godiva girl, put a chocolate in the room because you all know I'm a Godiva girl. But this is rich chocolate decadent. And it doesn't matter if you like milk chocolate, dark chocolate, or white chocolate. Stay with me. But it gives you, how can I say, also a touch of a creamy, sort of kind of vanilla. But then it has a burst of brightness that brings you into the feel of passion with a peach color. You know how when you get a juicy peach, and just as you bite into the peach and you begin to taste the peach, you get that smell? Listen, imagine if you were to wrap yourself, you were in the middle of the desert, whether that be the desert in Arizona, whether that be the desert in California, or whether that be the desert in Egypt. But you are in the desert and the sun is shining, shining bright, not burning you, but the sun is shining. Imagine the sunset wrapping you up in this warm, dessert, decadent hug. It's sophisticated, but yet it has a playfulness that comes along with it. It's sweet, but balanced, not too sweet. Perfect for bringing a energetic energy into your day, your night, your evening, or afternoon. So, I'm going to give you the notes. Top notes: passion fruit and peach with a bright, juicy burst that lifts into a fresh, vibrant opening. So it opens up so bright. It opens up with passion fruit and peach. That's what you get. And it's a juicy burst. It's juicy. You know how something smells juicy. Now, the heart notes is that white, milky, dark chocolate. I got a fairy up in here. I got to get rid of it. Layered with the velvety indulgence, wrapped in a sweet richness. This is your middle notes. You get that creamy vanilla that's just kind of smooth. You know, that Madagascar vanilla, that kind of vanilla. And the base notes has vanilla and it has a gourmand accord, but you're not going to smell like you're a dessert. Well, maybe. A snack? Well, not quite. Maybe something rich and defined. Really, that's how it smells. Rich and defined. So, what is it, you may ask? Listen. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to keep you in suspense any longer, even though I want to, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, introducing Zara Cocoa Sunset. When I tell you, this has been one of the best, get this in your collection. You will not regret it. When I tell you this is the best affordable fragrance that in the last, other than pink sugar, I have ever experienced. I'm telling you, Cocoa Sunset, will take you there. Cocoa Sunset by Zara. You know the clothing store Zara? Yeah. Cocoa Sunset. Get you some. This right here, and don't sleep on it, because the girlies know, the fragrance girlies know, because this sells out. This sells out, and I can wear it alone. Now, I'm going to tell you, its performance, that really depends. I don't get caught in performance because a lot of fragrance is an experience. You're not supposed to be sitting up there spraying something once and it stays with you forever, ever, ever. Although I have some sense that, listen, I can take a shower, wake up the next day, and still smell it. But this right here, this, this right here, this is that fragrance that you go get when you wake up in the morning and you know that no matter what happens, it's going to be a beautiful day. You put this on because this is going to help you tap into those higher frequencies for it to be a beautiful, 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 beautiful day. Do it got no, baby, you're not getting oud, not real oud for this price. Now, if y'all want to talk about ouds, maybe if that's something you're interested in, I can maybe share some of my collection with you guys, which, by the way, would be a perfect time because I'm about to get rid of some things in my collection. I have some loves and I have some not so much. That's just not doing it for me. I love ouds, but ouds alone don't do it. I'm just telling you, no one goes around just putting on ouds. I won't, because ouds are designed to encompass and help bring out. I'm just telling you, this, no oud is in it. There is no oud in this. But when I tell you, you will be saying, ooh la la la, and so will everybody else who smells you. This right here is divine. And there's a whole lot of fragrances out there, and some that come from big houses, fragrance houses, some that are sisters who are making it. And if it is something you all are interested in, let me know. And also, let me know, are you a signature kind of fragrance person, or are you kind of go with how you feel? How you feel. And I see you guys talking about body butters and different things. I get into that too. I do all of that. All of that. So if we need to do a whole show on that, let me know because I'll do it. If y'all are interested in it, I'm about that life. I'm about that life. But I wanted to share because so many times I just wish you guys could smell me. Hmm. We still here in 2025, Ms.Blue OG. Ms.Blue during the Bobby Hemmett Blog Talk days, Blue always spent most of the time with ones that were going to continue to carry the message powerful. Thank you for that, Sean. So good to see you. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, everyone. So, is there no, I wouldn't buy $70 on Amazon when you can go straight to Zara and Zara probably has it for 30 bucks. If you find it on Amazon, might not be the right thing because this isn't 70 bucks. I think I might have paid with a coupon, might have paid 30, 20, 25, 30 bucks for this. And I think this is a 3.5, like you get a lot. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I didn't put a nice dent in it. I had it since last year. But no 70 bucks. No. Which still is 70 is a reasonable price, but just go to Zara. That's right. Zara is 35 bucks. Come straight to your house. Straight to your house. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. $35.90. No. We're not paying 70. Yeah. No. And trust me, Zara's going to get it to you fast. It sells out pretty quick. So if you go to the Zara site and it's gone, give it a couple of days because, like I said, this has been out. I want to say it may have been for 2 years now. It's been out for a while. But I wanted to share it tonight because it's typically one that I have worn in the fall, and I've been reaching for it more and more in the last couple of months. And I said, you know what? I'm going to share that here today. I'm going to share that. So that's a good one. And maybe I'll do a unisex one so we can invite the brothers in cuz I and some give some good recommendations on some fragrances for the brothers. We don't want to leave y'all out. We don't want to leave y'all out too. We all got to be around here smelling, you know, smelling like we looking and feeling, right? So, listen, and let me know if you get it. What are your thoughts and how it mixes with you? I love fragrance because it's chemistry, it's alchemy. You know, it connects with you, especially. It's a good nighttime fragrance. You want to go to sleep with some and have some beautiful dreams? Get you this. But I know I don't have you can buy it. Listen, personally, I kind of treat fragrance like they do in other parts of the world. I don't think a fragrance is particularly male or female. That's not how fragrance works. Even though some scents tend to lean more masculine or lean more feminine, I don't know if that always works because there are some fragrances I spray on me and I'm like, it just doesn't mix with my body chemistry. For instance, lemons. I don't do too well with heavy lemons. That's a citrusy, sometimes that can be tricky with me. Um, so you got to know your body chemistry. It really is I think in the West, we're the only ones that say perfume for women and cologne for men. The rest of the world says, here's fragrance. And if you try it, you like it, you do. Because when you start talking about vanilla, musk, and sandalwood, then guess what? How you going to tell me that's feminine or masculine? Now you can tell me your intent for making this was for women or was for men, but you really can't. You really can't. You really can't. This is it. Do I ever spray my locks with fragrances? There are hair mists that I have. I have hair fragrances which are made under a different profile. And if it's depending on whether or not it is the higher the oil content, the fragrance oil content, not ones that have heavy alcohol. You don't want to do that because that can damage your hair. But there are fragrances and they make the body hair mist version for you. So, yeah. hmm But welcome on in, everyone. Let me get to talking. I have to remember that I'm doing my first stream over on Twitch. So if you all have a Twitch account, if you're over there streaming on Twitch, you are free to join me on Twitch at the Oracle Blue, and you'll be able to connect with me. But we're gonna continue. So that's right. This stream will not end. This stream will not end. Okay, until I drop one of the most shocking readings I've ever done. Period. 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 Oh, and I have some fragrances that have frankincense and myrrh. Don't let me get out of my love language, which is scents. Let me stay focused so we can get to this. And I'm going to talk about the diplomat and the daughter. That is going to be the story that I'm going to tell you about. It's a story that sort of starts out with a professional soccer player, and he was sick unexpectedly. But the crazy thing is, doctors all over the world could not figure out why he was sick. At times, he couldn't walk, and there were some things happening with him. and they could not figure it out. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All of his scans, his body scans, and I'm talking about, through the medical world, all of his body scans were clean, but his soul wasn't. Body scan clean, soul not clean. So he came to me through a recommendation. Mhm. I gave him an answer, not medical, but energetic. Energetic. And once things started to shift, he began to share this story with his family and friends. Because I think at the time he was in Brazil. I'm not going to give names because I don't kiss and tell. I don't read and tell. But I do have permission to share some of this. The names and parties will be protected and even the place. But he was a professional, very well known professional soccer player. And once things started to shift for him, he went home and he was having a conversation with his family, particularly his father, a man who didn't believe any of this, a man who lived in rooms where I wasn't supposed to exist. And we're going to talk about that. But that man, who was a full diplomat, ended up booking a spiritual consultation with me, one that I'm sure changed his life and mine's forever, ever. Forever, ever. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So before we get to that, let's do some check ins. And I want to know how you all are feeling about this energy. We have just come through the energy of the new moon in Cancer, right? How are you all feeling? How are you all doing? Now, this is some of the work that we're doing in the All About Frequency class, where we're tapping into this energy and we're really, really understanding how we're creating right waves and riding waves. But I also want to know, sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I got to figure out, I don't know why my phone won't let me cut the ringer off for some reason. I apologize. But how are you really, really feeling? If you haven't checked in with yourself, take a few moments and check in with yourself. Check in with yourself right now. I see some of you saying you've been feeling very sleepy. You've been feeling pretty good, feeling very emotional. What kind of things have been coming up for you as of late? Did you see any of the auspicious signs that I gave you? I see someone says, I also saw a ballerina, but it wasn't upside down. But my mind intentionally saw it upside down. That is wild. I'm gonna consider that you saw the ballerina. I am feeling empathetic and open. I love that. Absolutely love that. Love that. Let's see. You're feeling a bit lighter. I'm feeling a bit lighter, a lot less heavy. And yes, the new moon and the meteors. Yes, meteors we have a meteor shower that happens this time of the year. You're feeling tired. Let's see, feeling sleepy. A lot of sleepiness is going on. And let me tell you what's happening. You are recalibrating, recalibrating. And so, some of the things that's going to be important is to make sure you're drinking your water, making sure you're staying hydrated, making sure you keep up with electrolytes within your body, and making sure that you take time to rest, to kind of pull back and to rest. What's happening right now, a lot of us are getting DNA upgrades. We're getting DNA upgrades. And the downloads that we have been receiving in the earlier half of this year and last year, and even going back to 2017, those downloads, They are being activated based on the work that you have been doing, that internal work that you've been doing on yourself. Those things are being activated. Okay, y'all, gotta tell my bestie I am doing a live because they won't stop. They won't stop. Ooh. Um, so yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we're getting that. I noticed that even about myself. I was a little extra tired. So I made sure to get some rest. Yeah. So I made sure that I got some rest, a little bit of extra rest, stayed up to do the work, but I made sure that I got some rest. The other thing that I want to tell you, there has been a lot of reports of you guys reporting of having pain on one side of your body. I want you to understand that we're whatever side that pain is coming in. If you are having pain on your left side of your body, this is your receiving side of the body. Many of you are getting activations on that side of your body. These are ascension symptoms. It doesn't mean we don't address the physical symptom, but it means that we should be aware. If you're having pains on your right side of your body, this is your masculine side of your body. This is the giving side of your body, right? And so we're recalibrating. We are recalibrating. We are releasing a lot of this energy that is inside the cells of our DNA, of our DNA, of our DNA. We are releasing energy inside our DNA. So, what are going to be some of the signs? Some of the signs are going to be these push thoughts. Hear me close. Push thoughts. Tonight, I got a push thought. Even though I have been thinking about doing this for years and years and years and years, I haven't done it. And that was to go live on Twitch. You follow that push thought. You may have a push thought that tells you, change your whole room around. Maybe you had that a couple of months ago. Maybe something came up. You decided not to do it. You didn't do it. Follow the push thought. Something may be telling you, hey, take your car in and go get your car checked. Follow the push thought. You might have been headed towards working on a particular project or getting ready to go do something and decide you wasn't going to do that. Pain in your neck. Pain, particularly in your neck, when it is running towards the back and the neck, or coming in through the soles of your feet or through your legs and up your back and into your head. This is Kundalini energy that is entering into your body, because Kundalini energy doesn't live. A portion of Kundalini energy does not live in our atmosphere. And you are picking this up. We are not just broadcasting our energy, we are also receiving cosmic energy and cosmic frequencies that are coming in. We are receiving light. Many of you have been heavy into doing this light work. And when you're heavy in doing this light work, you are taking in information. But a lot of this information is information that does not exist here yet. Some of you have projects and ideas that you're thinking about, and you don't know how to get started with it because it, excuse me, because it doesn't exist here yet. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So when you have Kundalini energy coming in and you feel that Kundalini energy hitting you on your neck, and you feel like, wow, like I'm having problems with my neck, couple of things that must come through, Must come through. I got to get some water here. Listen, my frequency must be out in the atmosphere because everybody's hitting me up, right? Mama, sister, brother, cousin, friend. But listen, um, when you feel this energy coming into your body, I want you to pay attention. It's time for you to become present because it's allowing you to see how you can navigate, especially when it is in this quadrant here in your neck, because this is going to speak to the back of your throat chakra. And so, what it's calling you to do is to stay present. Stay present energetically when someone's speaking to you, when you're in the presence of others. Give the moment that you're in your undivided attention because there is a message that's going to come through for you. And it may come through as what I like to call a Cleon. And what a Cleon message is, meaning I could be talking to someone else, you overhear the conversation, and it triggers something inside of you that gives you an answer or a solution to something in your life you've been pondering to figure out or wanting to do. You stumble upon that answer, and it can come from a person, a place, an activity, or something that you're doing. That's what can happen. Pay attention. And also, when it is in the region of the back of the throat chakra, it is so important that you are speaking truth and you are using your throat chakra. It's really a recalibration energy that is telling you that you need to speak your truth. And sometimes we all may say, yeah, I speak my truth, Ms.Blue. I'm speaking my truth. But sometimes we don't want to rock the boat. Sometimes we don't want to upset people. And I'm not telling you to go out here and be reckless with your mouth. But what I'm telling you is that you need to speak your truth. And there are times that you are not speaking up when you need to speak up. And those times that you are not speaking up, but you need to speak up, you may feel that pain shoot up the back of your neck because that Kundalini energy is there saying, come on, your higher self wants to say something. Your higher self wants to get this message out. Your higher self has some understanding for you. That's important. It's important that you sit with yourself. I talk about this all the time, whether it's meditation or just sitting in silence. That is a game changer. Just sitting in silence and observing what is coming up. Not because you want something, not because you're begging for something, not because you need something, not because you stuck somewhere, but because you want to make sure that you are fully aware of all parts of the aspect of your consciousness. Whether that's consciousness that's outside of you or consciousness that's very close and inside of you. So be present because there's a powerful message for you. It's an elevation. Those of you who are experiencing headaches, let me tell you, headaches. That means you are not listening to your intuition. And Spirit is trying to tell you, please, please, please listen to your intuition. Please listen to your intuition. Your intuition is here. It's upgrading itself. It's recalibrating. Please listen. Listen to your intuition. 99.9% anyone, any issues with the head, there is a sort of absence of listening to your intuition. And so this is the body's way of helping you recalibrate that, which means that there can be some multisensory abilities attempting to come online for you. But you're blocking it. And we know that that blocking can simply be fear. It simply can begin because we have relied so much on our mind that we don't want to adjust. Okay. So listen, these are signs about where the upgrades is. High pitch ringing in the ears. Remember, you have an oracle in your ears. You have a bag of crystal inside your ears, and also a crystal that's in your third eye, right by your third eye in your crown chakra, that's made out of a crystal that is only found in space outside of Earth's atmosphere. And these crystals communicate with higher frequencies that are coming in to the planet. You just have to be open and ready to receive. These are messages and insight that we are learning how to deal with while growing up on planet Earth. You are learning how to connect with this energy in a profound way. Stay present, because everything that you're receiving, everything that is coming to you, everything that you are hearing is so that you can be the very best version of yourself here on Earth, not on Mars, not in another dimension, not on another timeline, but on the timeline that you are choosing to be most conscious in. You are not supposed to suffer in this timeline, no matter how many timelines we're on. This is the timeline where you get the opportunity to activate your superpowers and bring all of your gifts from all lifetimes and all timelines into one. And this is another understanding of the all is one. When we talk about all is one. Y'all are funny. You understand? Severe pain in your neck. I'm going to give you another twist on this, because remember, everything starts energetically. Take your head and do this. And then do this. And then do this. And then do this. And bring it back to center. It's also speaking to you need balance in your life. And there are some areas of your life that's out of balance. That's out of balance. And that point of being out of balance has to do with how you perceive life, your perceptions. There are some perceptions in how you see life that is out of balance. And it's trying to put you back. Your head is like the atlas. It's trying to get you back to the 0 point. So look for different places in your life where you have gone to the extreme. Where have you gone to the extreme? Or where are you so fixed in a thought, in a behavior, and in an action that you can't swivel? Not to say that you agree with something else, but you can't even hear, see, feel, or imagine anything beyond that, whatever it is. And so it's calling for expansion. So as you speak, as you understand things, as you work out problems in your life, challenges in your life, which really there are none, because the moment you have a problem, you already know there's a solution. You don't get problems that you don't have the solution for. It just doesn't happen. But how much better would you feel knowing that if something presented itself to you, that means you got the answer? Otherwise, it wouldn't have came to you. It would have went to Sarah, Tommy, or Tyrone. It wouldn't have came to you. If you couldn't figure out the solution, it would never be your problem. It would never be your challenge. It would never be something for you to overcome. It wouldn't be something that you could resolve. That's a game changer. Just hearing that, just knowing that. You mean to tell me I got a problem? That means the answer is there. And all I have to do is really take that knowingness and hold that as my base. So now I'm not somewhere saying I give up, even though that's not a bad thing. Thank you to the profound person who asked the question last session. But you be saying to yourself, you know what? There's an answer. There's a way. There's a way for this. There's a way to begin to navigate this point. It's a way. It would never come to you if it wasn't a way. Never. I don't care what it is, relationship, financial, sick or health or sickness. I don't care what it is, loss of job, wanting to change jobs, children, parents, siblings, friends, social groups, purpose in life, whatever you want to call it. Know that there is a solution, and that shifts your consciousness. It expands your awareness, and you stop worrying about why me and how did this happen and who can I blame and whose fault it really is. And you start understanding there is a solution, and you become really focused on the solution and not waddling in the problem or the challenge. So this is where we are. So many of you have answers to things on this planet that many have never been able to have an answer to. And we're also receiving downloads and blessings. And so based upon the work that you've done or the work you haven't done, right? You may wake up and something that may have been heavy, oh my goodness, heavy on your heart is no longer heavy. No longer. You're not struggling with it. You're not fighting with it. You're not tussling with it. It's not sticking to you so much. That grief you're carrying, it's not so deep. It's not so heavy. It's lighter. It's lighter. It's lighter. When situations happen to us and we find that we're not able to move ourselves forward, it's because that situation is what cracked you open. And now everything from the time that you can remember starts flooding in. And so you think that you're still sad over that breakup. It's not the breakup. You think you're still grieving that person you lost, but that's not it. That was just the catalyst that opened the gates. And the truth is, you're grieving so much more in your life. And that's why you're stuck there. That's why you can't move forward. Because this is trying to help you learn how to deal with circumstances and things in your life. And so you can get it all out. Because it was that situation. It was the loss of that job that cracked you open. It was the loss of that person that cracked you open. It was the loss of that thing that held you hostage. It was that. It was that argument. It was that friendship breakup. It was that relationship breakup. And you're saying, I can't get over it. No, 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 no. It's not one experience. It's a collective experience. and you are carrying this through. And, you know, a lot of times when our ancestors and loved ones are leaving, their wish for us is to live a full life. And I hear this all the time. I was in sessions this week and doing the mediumship sessions, which are the most fulfilling to me. And that's what I heard. Please tell them to live, not be sad, not be mourning their life for me. Because they know the truth. You're mourning them, you're missing them, and it is hurtful. Trust me, I know. But if you find yourself more than a year into and you can't move forward, then there's other grief that is lingering, and that cracked it open. So pay attention, honor that grief, but honor that grief in a way that you have a deeper understanding of what is going on with you and your life. And know for sure, know for sure that one of the most powerful transformations we can go through, experiences on earth, is the loss of a loved one. I ashe to my father, who I was very close to. All of his kids were a daddy girl, but I was, well, my brother wasn't a daddy's girl, but me and my sister, but I truly was a daddy's girl. And I understand. I miss him. There are times that I miss him in the physical so deep. I know he's here with me spiritually. I speak to him every single day. Every single day. And I also know that once that grief happened, it opened up a whole lot of other grief. So allow yourself to move through these moments and know that nothing, absolutely nothing, should keep us in an altered state of consciousness for too long, especially when it is a lower frequency. It's not designed to do that. We're not designed to do that to ourselves. And this is when you begin to get into self-love and you start to celebrate your loved ones. Quiet as it's kept. All of the spirits I have talked to said, please, I remember when I first heard this more than 13 years ago, and they told me, please tell my loved one to stop celebrating the day that I left. And y'all almost killed me for that. People was looking at me like, oh, how dare her say that? Who does she think she is? But I said it. I said it. They told me, please tell my loved ones I was in their life for this time, and they are diminishing my light to one experience. What about all of those wonderful, beautiful times? Celebrate my life. And in my family, I didn't think about it consciously. We never celebrate the day a person passed. We only celebrate their birthday. Never. Now, this is a family some would say was not consciously aware, but they were aware enough to know we're not celebrating that one experience that changed our lives forever. We're celebrating the other one experience that changed our life forever, and that was your born day. That's what we're celebrating. Not that day that you departed this physical. Not saying not to recognize it. But that is not the wish. to be in that moment, to relive that grief again. Most people have now what's called is a celebration of life. They have changed the trajectory from not wearing all black, which I don't think it's anything wrong with black, but but the traditional wedding, funerals, to people dressing up and celebrating this person's life. To even not even dressing them traditionally. Maybe if they enjoy doing something, they are putting on their favorite outfits. And if they played sports, putting them in their sports outfit. We really have to change how we understand life and death on this planet, because everything here is temporary. And this is why we should take nothing for granted. No moment, no time, no person, no space, no words, no breath, no love, no like, because it is a temporary place. We are not going to be here forever. And ashe to my mother, and ashe to everyone in South Carolina. My mother was telling me about their pastor just recently passed away, and he had called her 3 days ago, and they were on the phone for about 3 hours, and he was a very young man, young enough to be one of her children. And he looked up to my mother, but she hadn't been coming to church for a long time. And he just thought maybe she was traveling or visiting her children or something. And my mom said, no, I just, I come when I want to come, you know, because God lives inside of me. And I think that is just so profound. My mother is in her 80s. And one of the things I will tell you guys, I didn't grow up in the church. Nothing wrong for anyone who did grow up in the church, but I didn't grow up in the church, and I didn't grow up in a strong, solid Christian home. Nothing wrong with growing up that way. I did not. I grew up and lived all over the world and lived in many different parts of the United States, but we always had what we call God at the center of our family. And my mother wanted us to know that no matter where you went, God is always with you, because God is in here. You are a part of God. We never was taught that God was separate or somewhere in the sky. We wasn't taught that. That's not how we were taught. We wasn't taught that God was white. We wasn't taught that God was black. We was taught that God is not a human. It is an existence. And now that I look back on it, that was pretty profound for the time period that we were growing up. We wasn't taught that. And my mother said, I always want you to be able to connect with God no matter where you go in the world. You don't need a church. You don't need somebody to tell you. You don't need any of this. You need to learn how to build a personal relationship with God yourself. There's nothing wrong with going to church. There's nothing wrong with serving Him however you choose to serve, but you need to know how to do that for yourself. We were taught that as children. Children. And so as my mother has come into her more days of wisdom, she does go and participate in church. Because like she said, I'm not here for you to give me a relationship with something that's already a part of me. I am here for the fellowship. And yes, there are people who have studied and understand this walk in a way that I, perhaps maybe through my lens in my life, can get a different perspective. And I think personally, that's the way we should even understand spirituality. No one should give you and tell you you got to do this, and this. That's not it. That's not the way it's supposed to be. You don't have to think the way that I think. The only reason we are here is because we are a soul tribe and we have a likeness with one another. We have some things that we understand in the same kind of ways. But I'm sure if we were to go word for word, there would be some things you would say, nah, I don't agree with that, Ms. Blue. And there's a lot of things that Ms. Blue gonna say, nah, I don't believe with that. But we still can come together and say, oh, that part, yeah, that part, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, Miss Blue. I'm not walking in front of you. I am walking beside you. We are walking together. Nobody is got no hierarchy on anybody. Nobody. But there is such a thing as an understanding. And I understand that many people call me their spiritual teacher. And I'm so grateful for that. And I respect you all as the teachers that live inside of you. And this is why I hold you to a different standard. I don't care if this is your first time hearing me. I don't care if you've been here for a very, very long time. I hold you to the same standard. I don't see you as this person that is hopeless, that don't know shit, that don't know what you're doing. Oh, you know exactly what you're doing. Oh, you do. You do. Yeah, you know what you're doing. You do. And I'm holding you to that. That's what I'm holding your feet to the fire. That, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. And sometimes you need somebody that's going to keep it real with you because it's a lot of people out here that's just kind of watering down, as I call it, milk and cookie in you because they don't want to really see you grow. They don't really want to see you grow. So they're afraid to be honest with you and tell you you on some BS right now. And you know you are. They're afraid to tell you that. They're afraid to tell you, you know what? Maybe there's a different way that you can do this or you can handle that. Maybe there's something else you should do. They're afraid to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that. So they're going to milk and cookie you to death. And meanwhile, you're going to stay in the same space. You're not going to grow. You're not going to grow. You're not going to grow. You're going to stay where you are. And I'm not talking about only going through pain. I'm talking about also acknowledging when you are doing things that moves them in an authentic way. It's nothing worse than false admiration. Who wants that? We want some real shit. I know I do. I don't know about you all. I want something. You know, remember the movie when Irene Cara was singing about giving him something he can feel, something that's real? That's what the world needs. Something that is real, real, not something that seems like everything else. The greatest thing you can do on this planet is to be you. That's what our ancestors want. That's what you want, or within your higher self, is to be you. Be you. Now, quiet as it's kept, you're not trying to figure out who you are. You're trying to figure out who you have attached to you that you somehow believe is you. When you're asking that question, who am I? You don't really mean, who am I? Oh, you know who you are. It's all that other stuff you got to get rid of so you can let you shine. Know who you are. Stand in who you are. And knowing who you are doesn't mean that you got to steal, harm, or desecrate anybody else. My greatness is not contingent upon what you got going on, and vice versa. We all can be great. It's enough for enough greatness that everyone can be great on this planet. Stop trying to stand in someone else's light because you can't shine bright in my light, just like somebody else can't stand bright in your light. It's impossible. It's impossible. So, right now, what we're all being called to do is to recalibrate. 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 If you're feeling some pain in your body, listen, you're upgrading. You're upgrading, but you want the right upgrade. Ain't nothing worse than doing the upgrade and then figuring out on your computer that everything is all jacked up now. So now you got to go back. You know how they say, "Oh, that upgrade was no good. You're going to have to uninstall and reinstall again. Something went wrong with the upgrade." Well, it happens the same way with us. You take an upgrade that you didn't really do the work for. Eventually, you're going to have to uninstall that damn upgrade and you're going to have to do something else. We don't want that. We don't want that. This is a beautiful time. You guys have been putting in the work. You've been doing the work. And now it's time to get out there. I have a question for somebody who's hearing this message. What are you waiting for? I mean, really. And I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? I want you to really sit with that through the show tonight. What am I waiting for? I'm on Twitch. I don't even know if anybody's over there who even cares that I'm over there. But guess what? I'm not over there for them. I'm over there for me. I'm over there for me. And just like when I started over 20 years ago, the only person who was listening to me on my first show was me, my sister, and my best friend of over 30 plus years. And that turned into 4 million listeners from around the world. So I'm asking you, what are you waiting for? What excuse, what lie are you telling yourself? Who program are you following that ain't working for you? Because I'm going to tell you everything I learned in business college, that shit went out the window. Everything they said not to do, I did. And did. And did. And did. And did. And did. And I did it ethically. I didn't have to break no laws to do it. I didn't have to trick and lie to do it. And generated over 7 figures doing it with ease because I could be aggressively doing it. I chose not to do that. It's not about that, but it is about the energy. It is about the love. It is about the passion. It is about the thing in your heart, in your spirit, in your soul. Oh, you are on Twitch? Lola Falana. All right. We got a Twitch member. Thank you, Lola. Say hi to me in the chat over there, Lola. Beautiful. Beautiful. I see you. Let me tell Lola hi. Yes. So that's what it's about. What are you waiting for? I want you to ponder this question this entire weekend. What am I really waiting for? Please don't tell me you're waiting for enough likes. Please don't tell me you're waiting for a certificate. Please don't tell me you waiting for till you get a better job. Please don't tell me you waiting for till you get some money. Please don't tell me you waiting on a man. Please don't tell me you waiting on a woman. Please don't tell me you waiting on a baby. Please don't tell me you waiting for blank. What are you waiting for? Because there is something. Please don't tell me. If you're waiting on permission, granted. It's granted. It's granted. You got oracle kisses, oracle blessings. You got your wish. You got it. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. And if what you're doing is not working. Great lesson from Miss Blue. Give it up. Stop doing it and do something else. Do something else. Don't be so stubborn that you know it's not working. Not because I said it ain't working, not because somebody else isn't working. It's not working. Don't be afraid to pivot and try something else. So I think it was so profound. The person who asked last class that they were ready to give up. And sometimes that's the best thing we can do is give something up. Sometimes we think we can do anything. And as much as I would love to tell you, you can do anything you want. You can. But it may not work for you. Because sometimes what we want to do is not for us. It's someone else's dream that we sat back and romanticized. When there is something greater for you. Something even more profound than what you are imagining yourself to do just like somebody else. It's something more profound for you. But we will stay stuck. I don't want us to be stuck. We don't want to be stuck like Chuck. Because Chuck was stuck. At least the Chuck I knew. We don't want to be stuck. Chuck. Don't be stuck like Chuck. Okay? Now, let's get those likes up. We got more than 300 people tuning in from all over the world. And if you're listening to this, if you traveled from the past and you joined us in the present and a moment such as now, or perhaps you came from the future and you came back to visit us in this time, or if you're present with us at this particular time, welcome. You know, if anything here moves you a little bit, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Call a friend. Tell a friend to bring a friend, come on in. Let's run these numbers up because we want to spread it out and let the soul family know, any of those souls out there, that there is some good soul beings over here. So now, this stream won't end. Let me see what time it is. Until I drop the most shocking reading I've ever done. Sirius B said the art of doing nothing helps us find ourselves. Sometimes. But some of you been doing nothing for so damn long that you singing that song. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. And you gotta have something. This is what your higher self is saying. If you want to be with me. So I agree with that. Some of us is doing way too much and we need to do nothing. But some of y'all, not all of y'all, some of y'all been doing nothing for way too long. And it's time to do something. Something. Do something. Some of the most geniuses I know in the world, more powerful than myself, is doing nothing. Yeah, charge it to the game. You can blame me for saying that. You don't like what I just said? Blame it on Ms.Blue. Some of y'all ain't doing nothing when y'all should be doing something. Something. I'm talking about really putting your heart and soul and doing something. You playing safe. And I understand this is why I have been as transparent as I'm willing to be on the internet, because we still on the internet. And I show you guys my ups and downs and struggles when it comes to this work and my transparency about how I'm navigating very challenging and demanding spaces that I have been in. So I'm not just giving lip service. I'm letting you see the shit for real. And most people won't do that. They'll cloak it. They'll hide it. They won't tell you. Don't let me call you out. I'll sing my song on you. Oh, Sheila. Yes, some of y'all are just geniuses. You got all this goodness in you, and you're doing nothing. And when I say nothing, I don't mean to be disrespectful. Of course, you got busy lives and you have things going on. But I'm talking about that thing inside of you that you love, that lights you up, that when you're in my presence and I can see you or hear you speak or even hear you sit in silence, I can see your energy and I can see how you really, really want to put this thing or do this thing in the world. And I just want to ask you, what are you waiting for? Surely it is not death. Is that what you're waiting on? Are you waiting on death? What are you waiting on? What is it? Because that is really the alternative that is left at this point. And that's the question I had to say to myself. What are you waiting on? You're waiting on death? When you going to do it, Blue? You waiting on death? You waiting till you die? Because then you can't do it. You can't do it when you die. That's a thought. You can't do it when you die. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting for? Ask yourself. See what answer comes up. What is the real reason? We need to get down to the root of what's going on. Y'all used to hate when I said root. The root of what's happening. Get down to the root of what's happening. You know, because that's going to take you further than the root. It's going to get you in the root. What are you waiting on? Surely it can't be likes. Not when I'm out here giving out, baby, I'm giving out $1 million moves for trinkets. You can't be doing it for that. Because that's not what you do it for. You don't do it for that. I do this because I love it. I love teaching. I love this work. That's the only thing that's going to sustain you, is when you have a genuine love for what you're doing. By the way, Ms.Blue, about the Temple of Sekhmet in the Nevada desert, we went to it and the temperature in the Death Valley dropped to 85 degrees. Extremely fascinating. Ooh, use a magical bean. There you go. Use a magical bean. I love it. So, that's the question I want y'all to answer for me. And no, I'm not asking you to put it on Front Street, but you can. What you waiting on? What are you really waiting on? That you're not good enough? Maybe. That you can't do it right? Maybe. That it'll flop? Maybe. They're all going to laugh at you? Maybe. But here's the thing. If you don't do it, you already got your answer. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to change. We are crossing the threshold. This done went somewhere else, but we are crossing the threshold of almost the last gold rush. And I'm not just talking financial. I'm talking in dreams, desires, and ability in the history of humanity. Because then we're going to be going to a world beyond. And if you don't get on that good foot, you're going to miss the ride. And you're going to be sitting somewhere 10, 15, 20 years from now, telling somebody, I coulda, you know what I shoulda did, you know what I woulda done. And quiet as it's kept, coulda, shoulda, woulda has killed more people than war, disease, famine, and natural disaster and weapons. Coulda, shoulda, and woulda. Them 3 deadly venoms has killed more beings on the planet in history than war, famine, disease, weapon, and national disasters combined. I'm just saying. I just want to put that on you. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure, please. No pressure. I just want to put that on you. Just want to put it on you. And I'm not saying jump out and run down the street butt naked. That's not what I'm telling you. Although Erykah Badu is about to go on tour, let's give it up for Badu. She's going to be at the Essence Fest. She's going to be at the Essence Fest. But what I'm trying to tell you, you can do something. I don't care if it's research. I don't care if it's one step forward towards that. You can do something. You can do something. You can move that couch. You can do that. Move that couch. That's right. That's right. C. Dig said, nope, I don't want to hear someone's sob story as to why they didn't follow their path. That's so true. Some of you got sob stories right now. I know I got a lot. Like I said, if you want to know what it feels like to miss a cycle, I can tell you all about it. Because your girl right here, oh, I know I done missed a good 4 or 5 cycles. You know, it's probably why I'm still looking so young. Hint, hint. Maybe my ancestors and the Most High felt sorry for me and said, we're going to give her one more shot. Oh, I know what it feels like. That's how come I can tell you what I'm telling you. But trust me, you don't want to trade places with me, Miss Sealy. You don't want to trade places. You don't want to do that. So I'm just letting you all know. Note to self. That's right. That's right. That's about getting to that work. And I'm only talking to those of you who you know I'm talking to. You know why I'm talking to you. Because you know that there is something burning deep inside of you that you want to put out in the world. You want to put out in the world. And you sitting on it. And you sitting on it for all the wrong reasons. You're sitting on it because of insecurities. You're sitting on it because of fear. You're sitting on it because you're listening to somebody else that's telling you to sit your ass on it. And you're not doing what you need to do. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. That's deep. Okay. Make Ms.Blue gonna make me make a song called No More Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda. Please do. Speaking of songs, I have one. And I might play it. It's powerful. Ooh, I just thought about it. I think I still got permission to do that. I gotta check. But anyway, let's see. Let me check on my Twitch, folks, and see how we doing. And by the way, you guys follow me over there on Twitch. Yeah, and my name on Twitch is the capital letter, the capital Oracle, O, capital B, Blue, the Oracle Blue over on Twitch. And you can follow me on Twitch. You can follow me on Twitch. Yep. Streaming live on Twitch. It says I got 2 followers. Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. It's amazing. All right. I am going to play the song. Okay, Stevie said, play it, please. Yes, I'm going to play it. What's the Twitch? You don't know about Twitch accounts? Listen, I don't have time to give that story. I barely know my way around Twitch, but we'll get over there. So let's talk about it. I think we've done enough unless you all have some more questions because the stream will not end until I drop one of the most shocking readings, which was an Akashic record reading from the Premier File, spiritual consultation, that I have ever done. It's one, because I got a whole lot of. Matter of fact, some of them Oracle files is, ooh, deep, deep. July is supposed to bring back past life memories. Past life memories actually opened up last month on it opened up during the solstice. That was a time. We've had quite a few portals for that, but we've been in this ancestral given gift energies. If you're in the futuristic class, you know about it, where the ancestors have been bringing blessings, dropping blessings to us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, my Twitch. Hey, we got another Twitch. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. There we go. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to be doing something completely different, totally different, as Tamar would say, over there on Twitch. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, y'all are about to get we got a lot of artists in the building. You guys are going to be creating songs. I would love that. Absolutely. Love it. Please let me know. Please let me know. All right. So, we got any questions? Hey, Maria. Good to see you, Melissa, in the building just because. Welcome on in. Nina, you following me on Twitch? Yeah, let's go Twitch. Let's go Twitch. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Powerful. Yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Let me see your question. I got to come over here so I can read you guys this question. It says, Freyna, Freyna said, yesterday you said that burning inside has a message to speak to the fire of truth judgment walks with me. I never dream, but this. You never dream, but this. I'm not sure the question. You're gonna have to give me that question a little different there. A little different there. Mm-hmm. A little different there. A little different. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Give me a theme. You gonna have to give me some details. So let me know. I mean, if y'all want me to go ahead and tell a story, we can tell a story and we can get up out of here. Thank you guys for following me over on Twitch. I enjoy being on Twitch. I do. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, everyone that's in chat. Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so very much. Okay. I'm trying to see if we got questions. No questions. We gon' keep it moving then. We gonna keep it moving. Keep it moving. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. You guys, especially if you are feeling the vibes here. Let's see. I don't know if I can be present when I play this song. It's so good, you guys. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Okay, let me see how I can get. Why I don't see the email. Um Oh, Twitch is getting it in. Hey, Twitch. We so glad you're in the building. How do you book a reading with me? So, currently, right now, thank you for the question. My books are closed. However, and I don't say however often. However, what you can do is you can schedule an Oracle Files reading where you can ask me one question. I have yet to have somebody follow the directions truly. No, I take that back. I've had a few of you. But you can ask me one question and I send you back a recording, and in that recording, I will answer the question for you. I was hoping that I can open my books, but truth be told, I don't know. I may not can open my books until 2027. I was hoping at least 2026. I'll still stay flexible, but I'll see you guys. I got to get this list completely down. Remember, your girl wants to be outside. I can't be outside when I still have a waiting list that's over a year. And it used to be 3 years. So forgive me. It used to be 3 years. So I've got it down to a little under a year. But I have some cases that I have and some clients I have taken on just due to their circumstances and situations. Okay, so where did it go? I'm confused. Okay, maybe I gotta look in another folder. Um, so, um, so yeah, so yeah, um, so that's the holdup. Yeah, I know it seems like a lot, but I'm telling you, you talk to the OGs here, they're gonna tell you that my waiting list used to be 3 to 3.5 years long. So to have it down to about a year and a half is good. So I have made sure I'm not, but it may be there. Okay. All right. Okay. Roshi says, what am I missing? I feel like I'm trying so hard, but I'm not sure if I'm seeing results of my actions. Then stop trying. Stop trying. Just stop. That's an indication to give up, to stop and wait. Wait until you receive divine orders of how to move forward. And whenever you tell me that you are trying, then I know you're not doing it. So stop. It's nothing wrong with what you're doing, it's the way you're doing it. And so you're pausing. It's kind of like coming to a stop sign. I remember when I got my first ticket, I'll never forget this. I had a little Ford Escort. It was brand spanking new that my daddy brought me. And I was so excited about that little Escort. And I would go pick up my friends and we would go to the store. We would, drive around, and it was just so cute and so sporty. And I remember driving, and I remember a car was coming down this road and it had its signal on. And I was at the stop sign, but the car was coming. It had signal on and it was slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. And I assumed that the car was going to turn. So I turned and the car hit me. And I got the ticket. I got the ticket. The reason I'm telling you that is because this is what it feels like in life when we're doing something and we're giving it what we call our best and we're doing what we think we're supposed to do, and it's not working. It's still not coming out right. And I was arguing with the cop, like, no, they had slowed down. They had already started turning, and then they decided not to turn and come back. And he said, it doesn't matter. That car was still within your view. And you should have waited. You should have waited. He said, so I'm going to give you a warning because the fact that your car is messed up, that's your ticket. And so I'm telling you, it's not that what you're doing is wrong. What I was doing wasn't wrong, but the way I was perceiving it, the way that I was going about doing it was not right. And so I don't know why the car thing is coming up, but I'm sure your guides are telling me about this car thing and they're sharing this message with me. So let me know, Roshi, if this got something to do with a car, something to do with not having a car, or some issues with car or transportation. So pause. And even though you still have to keep going, just allow yourself to be curious and open about what's another way, what is a better way to be doing what needs to get done so you can have the results that you need. That is it. You are missing you. So if you want to know what you're missing you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're missing you. That's what you're missing. You have left you out of the equation, and whatever this motivator is, whatever is driving you, it's not you. And you can't leave you out of the equation. You have to keep you in the equation. You have to keep you. My car drives, but there's no AC in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, there you go. Someone else asked the question, what does it mean when you lose your voice in a dream? Losing your voice in a dream is a sign that in your waking life that you're not speaking up when you need to speak up. You're not standing up for yourself. You're trying to keep the peace, and you're trying not to upset people around you by sharing how you really feel. And so in this dream, I'm sure it was a situation where you desperately was trying to say something and no one could hear you because you had lost your voice. And so in your physical life, this is, know this, there is different levels to dreams. All dreams are not prophetic dreams. But when you're decoding a dream, and I remember back in the day, let me know if any of you remember this, when I used to have a dream app and people from all over the world would send their dreams in. And I thought it was cute to get a whole app on Google Store and Apple Store so people could send me their dreams from around the world and I could decode the dreams until I got too overwhelmed. And I was like, shut that shit down. Because I got dreams coming in languages I can't understand. So just because you can doesn't mean you should. But what is going on when you lose your voice in the dream? It's about you being more conscious about what actually is happening in your life. And are you speaking up when you need to? Are you speaking your truth? Are you really voicing your opinion, or are you curbing that because you don't want to disrupt any kind of energy of people around you? You know? Yeah, I'm telling y'all, that's a real story that really happened. Oh, look at y'all. Look at y'all. Look at y'all following me on Twitch. Hey, Kai Sanat. Now, if Kai Sanat show up in this live, listen. Listen, because that's what I got Twitch because of Baby Blue, my daughter. But I also got Twitch for Kai Sanat. I love Kai. He's an amazing young man. Amazing young man. But anyway, anywho, that's another story. But listen, tell me. That's what it means to lose your voice in your dream. Dreams are here. First level of the dream, everything is you. The dirty piece of paper on the ground, you know, the raggedy car on the corner when you're walking, the old man standing in the doorway, everything, the cup on the table, anything that brings your consciousness to it is you. Anything. It is you. And there's my Twitch handle. It is the Oracle Blue. Thank you. Thank you. So anything, any of that, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's you. It's giving you a way to understand your day-to-day life. It's helping you figure out a challenge that you're having in your day-to-day life. So you have to pay attention to your dreams. That's the first level of the dream. The second level of the dream is where you get into the esoterics and the metaphysics. I mean, you get into that in your personal life, but more so in the second level, the symbolism and decoding what that means. When you go past that level is when things become prophetic, because all dreams are prophetic. Truth be told, most of them are not. And prophetic dreams don't mean that it has to come true. It's a prophecy. It means that it's a probability that it will come true. If it's something you don't want to come true, the answer to that lies in your dreams as well. How to avoid the situation, how to do something different to cause a different reaction, cause and effect. When I interviewed Brittany Vise, and if you haven't seen that interview, it's beautiful. Please go back, click and download it. She talked about that was something that was a driving force for her, the law of cause and effect. And then you take a step back and you say, who is causing? This is a self-invested lesson. The being is causing. You are the cause. You are the cause that's experiencing the effect. And so when you want something different to happen and you see the situation, you do something different, a different action. A different action. You don't say, I had a dream. I was driving to work, and you know that place where it's always a traffic jam. And it was a Tuesday. And I seen this car just pull out in front of me, and I couldn't stop, and I hit the car. Today's Tuesday. Am I going to go to work the same way? Or am I going to do something different? That's not fear. That's not fear. That's me utilizing the most powerful technology on the planet, which is our technology that lives inside of us. Oh, I'm going to go a different route to work today. Maybe forever. Maybe I no longer go that way because I didn't want to go that way anyway. Let me see if I can find a shorter route. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe it was only designed for me to have that dream because I keep running late to work, and I find an alternate route that now I'm at work 15, 20 minutes earlier than I've ever been. Maybe there was no accident, but my dream conductor had to give me that dream because I would go to work and be all frazzled, and it would take me forever to settle myself down and to feel comfortable. Or maybe I'm late for class every single day, and I had this dream so I can learn that there's a better way to do this. So hopefully that helped. DJ Jazzy Jeff has a live on Twitch Friday night and Saturday afternoon and Wednesday lunchtime, and it's lit. Well, thank you for that. Are you working over there with DJ Jazzy Jeff? Because you can tell him that Ms.Blue gonna come on over there. Let me know. It sounds like you sponsored. And if you are, please let him know Ms.Blue said, hey, Jazzy. I always liked you, Jazzy. I mean, Will was cool, but you, Jazzy, yeah. Welcome on up. Welcome to Twitch. Thank you. Wait a minute. Let me look over here. I see some people I don't know. Who are these people on Twitch? Are y'all over here in chat? How many? Hello, everyone. Please make sure you subscribe. I'm getting used to learning how to work all the gadgets, so forgive me. Forgive me. And by the way, I can see you guys over here. Oh, yes. All right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Did you ever get your bumper sticker? Did you ever get your bumper sticker? Yeah, I love Twitch. I be on Twitch. I just don't be moving around on Twitch a lot. I be on Twitch. Did you ever get your bumper sticker? Y'all got to learn how to give feedback. It's nothing worse than sending somebody a gift and they don't even tell you they got it. I don't know why you saying no, I didn't. I'm not talking to you. She know who I'm talking about. Oh, you didn't get one, but you'd love to. You. So you telling me if you got a gift, the lovely Odell. Well, lovely Odell, you know. You know. You know. I know who you are. You know. Listen, but you love to get one. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Just email me and tell me where to send it. Cause you keep me stocked up on my flight cards. I love it. You said I got it, Ms.Blue. Thank you. Okay, well, good. Cause I worked hard on those bumper stickers. I work hard on it. The bumper stick. What does the bumper sticker say? What it say though? It says, I ride with my ancestors in the passenger seat. That's what it says. I ride with my ancestors in the passenger seat. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I was very happy when it arrived. I just want to make sure you get it. He's the only person I watch on Twitch. Ooh, you must got a thing for Jazzy Jeff. We gonna have to go over there and see what's popping. See, I ain't hang out with the grown folks on Twitch. I hang out with the young folks on Twitch. That's who I hang out with. So now, we can get a little grown and sexy over there on Twitch. All right. Look at y'all coming over there to Twitch. I love it. I love it. Anubis said they didn't give feedback. Block them. Listen, don't pay Anubis no mind. He's a very, very kind and loving brother. But he holds no punches. Okay, y'all, it's time for me to do it. It's time for me to do it. Okay, we're going to get into it. Coco Sunset. Oh my gosh. Coco Sunset. You going to want to get you some of this. 55 moves said still versus waiting. Wait, what's that? What's still versus waiting? I don't know what that means. Y'all got to tell me. That must be a joke. What's happening? Am I not moving over there? What's going on? What I need to do? Do I need to do something? It say I'm still moving. Hey, this is Queenie. Oh, you mean to tell me y'all got different names on Twitch? Y'all got different names? How do y'all keep up with all of that? I would feel like Sybil, for real. How do y'all keep up with all these 50 million names? I can't do it. How y'all do that? I don't know if I want to know. All of y'all got different names everywhere. That's why when I ship products, I love it, but I hate it. Y'all got y'all government name. Y'all got 50 online names. Y'all got all these names. How y'all keep up with yourself? You got 3 different Google emails. How y'all do that? YouTube is your alter ego. Wait a minute. Let me find out. What? Twitch is your real name. YouTube is my alter ego. IG is my higher self. Well, at least you got a method to your madness. You got 50 online names and 10 emails. Wow. It really is a whole new world. I done learned something today. I'm always gonna be blue, something with blue somewhere. I'm gonna be blue somewhere. It's gonna be Ms.Blue somewhere. Oracle blue somewhere. That's 20 years in the making. That's what's gonna be. I don't know how y'all do it. I would be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs with all these different names. I would be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. What's the pause and pivot? What are y'all talking about? Write them down. Oh, you talking about the different name. Yes, Michelle, all is one. Good Lord. Y'all took that literally. Y'all around here splitting yourselves up like you Osiris. Y'all split round here like Osiris. Oh, Sheila, they done got, Lord, y'all done got me over here. Okay, ooh, we can come over here for the after party. We can do lights, camera, action. Because then I can put the strobe lights on, put the little stars in the background. We can crank the music up. Yeah, we're going to get it popping over here. We're going to get it popping over here. Anubis said 50. Do you have Gemini in your chart? I don't know. I think Anubis has a point. 50 names. I don't know. I would be around here almost about to pull my hair out. But listen, we have one of our soul family members, and I know you guys have all sent me something. Uh and but I'm going to play some music. I'm going to play a song that was actually inspired by a show. Um okay, I'm glad that you guys are wanting to come on over. Intuitive Tammy. I love it. Y'all are showing out. Come on now. Let's get it. Y'all are showing out. Okay, so this is from, let me set the scene. This is from one of our soul family members that was inspired to make this song based on one of our recent shows. And I'm not going to hold you, when I heard it, I was boo-hooing like a baby. I was crying. I'm not, say less, say less, say less, say less. I'm going to let you all listen. Okay. So let's give our undivided attention. I'm going to tell you who it's by afterwards, but I want you to listen. Are y'all ready? We ready? Ready? Let me see. Let me see if I got it where it needs to be. Okay. Here we go.
Still I'm trying to get by. Heavy weights on my shoulders, still I'm trying to get mine. Money lost and that's fine. Late night took a drive. In the streets running wild. Trouble not hard to find. And how you know where you're going? The blind leading the blind. We search for peace of mind. Looking at these niggas' chains, they never freed your mind. That's why he testifies. Still trapping at 45. To me that's terrifying. These fuck niggas always lying. Always talking but never trying. I'm left like Richard Pryor. I see you pocket watching. My boy, you could kill that gossip. It's time to switch the topic. It's like the fuel to the fire. That shit was hard to process. We standing tall as giants.
Storms may come and winds may blow. On and on and on and on it goes. Storms may come and winds may blow.
I'm talking to my girl. What up, Ms.Blue? She told me only speak from you. No lies, only truth. See the lies that will kill you. See, we walk in this unfertile ground, and this time is unfamiliar. But it doesn't feel natural, like land to a sailor. I could give you some game, and the rest I could sell you. See, listening to Black Dot, he showed me the mark and the spot. Like I'm Steph Curry with the shot, no seconds left on the clock. From New Orleans, land of the swamp, we had to get it how we live. Hard climb to the top. See, one thing for certain, if nothing else move you, life will. Yes, it will. See, the winds tore down the buildings, so it's time to rebuild. As the melody plays and words get thrown like serenades, we weather the storm, battle tested, highly anointed and heavily protected. Follow the message and don't feel played like a record. 7. Let's weather the storm.
Storms may come and winds may blow. On and on and on and on it goes. Storms may come and winds may blow.
All right, you guys. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And that is the brother that comes in chat, 7 grams. I was blown away, and that was inspired by the show with Black Dot, the brother Black Dot. And he said that Black Dot inspired him so much with his story that he wrote that. I was like, wow. Listen. And he did give me full permission from everyone who's involved in that production to be able to play that. And I thought that was so powerful. Yeah. Holy Hemet said, I would purchase that. Yes. That's why I was like, whoa. Whoa. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Thank you. You joined me on Twitch. You guys are showing out on Twitch over here. I feel like I don't know what to say. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, that was fire. So show the brother 7 grams some love. Priestess Erica, you over there on Twitch. I just was about, you guys, Priestess Erica, who is Cosmic Enchantment on Instagram and as well as Twitch, just celebrated a born day. Let's give it up for her. And everyone who's celebrating a born day during this Cancer season. So happy born day to all of the Cancer babies out there. Yeah, for you guys holding it down for us. Because boy, oh boy. Whew, we see what y'all deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's a lot. So, yeah. So let's get into this. Let's continue. And, yeah. So this stream won't end until I drop one of the most shocking readings I've ever done. Let's see. Is it time yet? It's 11 o'clock. Is it time yet? Look at y'all. Twitch got a different flavor. It really does. It really does. It really does. My niece and my grandmother's birthday. Well, happy born day to your niece and your grandmother. Just Joy says 7-Eleven. Happy born day to you. Madam Mojo says July 12th. Happy born day to you. And to everyone who's celebrating a born day. Like, how powerful is that? Yeah, Twitch does. Twitch hits a little different. It's just a little different. So, what we gonna do? Y'all ready for the story? You ready for us to do the story? Because once I do the story, the live stream is gonna end. I think we ready for that story time. What do y'all say? Y'all ready for one of the most shocking stories? Oh, your husband's born day is 7/7. Happy born day to your husband as well. Mm, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. We ready. We ready. We ready, ready, ready. How do you get on Twitch? You gotta download. Oh, I'm the wrong person to ask. I had to get cosmic directions to get on Twitch. Y'all remember that? That's one of my favorite sayings. I've been saying cosmic directions for over 20 plus years. Telling people, let me give you the cosmic directions so you can come on over. I don't know the cosmic directions to come on over just yet. Your birthday is, uh, Abdul is July 15th, and Phyllis Hyman's birthday is July 6th. Um, Yeah, go to twitch.tv if you don't have the app. Okay, there you go. Give them the directions. Give them cosmic directions cuz I don't know the cosmic directions to get you there. Not yet. I'm sorry. Let me see. Where am I going? Okay, I got to get my notes here. My name on Twitch is somebody put my name in the chat for them again, please. Let me it's the Oracle Blue. Each word is capitalized. The Oracle Blue. The Oracle Blue. By the way, did I tell you guys that the All About Frequency show has officially relaunched live? And I put a show out. It's available on Spotify, iTunes, Google, iHeartRadio, and Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts at. Eventually, it's going to be live after that, but it's officially live. And so I will be putting out work on the All About Frequency, but it's been officially live, but I relaunched it again. And so it is there. It is there. It is there. And I'm so excited. I just did a short little introduction. And so I will keep you abreast of when the actual show is live. But you can go and you can sign up for it now and just search for the All About Frequency show and more. And it's going to kind of look like this. Well, we don't want it to look like this, but you'll see the cover there like this. All about frequency and a little bit more. And a little more. Because we're going to be doing a lot of cool things over there as well. So I want to put that up. I know I've been telling you guys it's on its way. Well, it's officially here. I'm excited to be hosted on Spotify. I want to give a big shout out to Spotify as well. But we'll get into that a little later. So we're going to continue on. Is everyone finding their way over to Twitch? Are we finding their way over to Twitch? Hey, Bridget B. Good to see you, Bridget B. over on Twitch. Do you got a different name over there? You know, y'all in these names, I gotta try to keep up. No, you're the real Bridget B on Twitch. I gotta just I just got it. There you are. There you are. Yeah. See, when you this is the magic I got going on. If you're in chat, you're going to see the people who are from tuning in from YouTube, and you're going to see the people tuning in from Twitch. Y'all are all together. Do y'all see each other together? Do y'all see each other as one? We're going to do a Frankie Beverly. Do y'all all see each other as one? Do y'all see each other? Hey, Spencer. Good to see you, Spencer. Redman just joined, still trying to figure out how this works. I know. Maybe we can get Baby Blue to give us a class. You know, cuz she got a whole universe on Twitch. All that good stuff. Uh-huh. So, if you make a comment in Twitch, it's also going to show up. Wait. Do y'all see both or do y'all see one? I see both. I see both. I see everybody. I see y'all together. I see the Twitch comments and I also see the YouTube comments. Do y'all see both too or do y'all see one? What do y'all see? What do y'all see? Y'all tell me. Can y'all see them both or not? What y'all seeing? Just one. Just one. Ah. Intuitive, you see them, but well, intuitive Tammy, if you're logged into both, you're going to see them both. But I'm talking about if you're just logged into Twitch, you only see one, but I can see everyone coming down like a family. Now, there is a way that I can put the chat on screen. I just got to figure it out. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. Let me see real quick. We got time? We got time for me to figure it out real quick? Even though it's not advisable to do that, however, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let me see where I got to go. Let me see. Just give me a minute. Okay. Mhm. 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 Okay. I see it. Mhm. Mhm. Is that it? Uh-huh. Mhm. 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 Okay. Mhm. Okay. All right. Okay. Um, all right. No. No, no, no. That's not what we want. How we go back. Hold on. I may have to do it another time, you guys. Ooh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Okay, okay, I got it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, Oh no, I think I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Hold on, you guys. I think I don't know what I'm doing. Style. Where's style? Here's style. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Um, let's see. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't think I know what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Um, hmm. Background. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let me get out of here. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll have to try that another time to bring you guys this text message over. But I'm glad you guys are officially on Twitch. For those of you who are, don't worry, for the next stream, I will make sure. Divinity Warrior, I just see chat. I see you guys commenting over there. Priestess Gwen, welcome on over. And I know I've been running my mouth. Let's get to the business. We're just chatting. We're just chatting. We're just ain't that what they say? We're just chatting. Okay, so let's talk about the story of the diplomat and the daughter. The diplomat and the daughter. That's what we're going to be talking about. The diplomat and the daughter. Now, it started with a professional soccer player. Remember in the beginning, I told you guys he was sick, and he was sick with an unexplainable thing that was happening to him. That doctors from all over the world, they couldn't figure it out. They gave him scans, everything came back clear and clean, but his soul was not. So he came to me. I gave him answers, not medical answers, because that's not what I do, but I also gave him energetic answers. And once things started to shift, he went home on vacation because I don't know if he was in Colombia or one of those countries over there where he was playing soccer, but he went to visit and he had a conversation with his father, who had become very concerned about what was going on with him and also the lengths that he was going through to try to get this resolved. And one once things started to shift in his son's life and he was able to go back to professionally going back to playing sports, his father, who didn't subscribe or believe in any of this, reached out to book a spiritual consultation with me, which his father was a diplomat. Now, right away, I'm going to tell you guys this. It was kind of crazy, I think, the first time because he was in a foreign country. When I went to go do the session with him, it was like the time could not sync. Even though he told me, and I based it on Eastern time, the times did not sync and we couldn't get it lined up for the first couple of days. And then finally, I rescheduled the session, had the session scheduled for the following week to try again. And finally, we um, connected. Immediately going into the session, I felt this heaviness in his energy. And when we begin to talk, he let me know, like he held no bars, accent and all. He let me know that he really didn't believe in any of this stuff, but he could not deny what his son had experienced. And so when I started to do, and this was an Akashic record reading from the premiere file, when I started to do the session for him, I started to ask him questions in the session. And I'm asking questions not because I'm looking for answers, but I'm letting, it's a gentle way that I use my process, one, to get people to be involved in their spiritual consultation. A spiritual consultation, I feel, is most effective when the person is participating, not someone sitting there saying, what's my life going to be like? What's going to happen when this happens? Will I ever get married? That, to me, is non participating. The person is not participating in their life. And so when I have a session with a person, it's not just about me giving you answers. It's funny because I was on a call with the group of sisters, and we meet every quarter and we talk about different things in our practice and in our work. And one of the things that we were talking about is how people do this to AI, the same things that traditionally they do to those of us who are spiritual readers and teachers. They just throw the question at you. Someone participating is going to let you know where they are. Honestly, their location. This is something causing me confusion. This is something that's causing me pain. Here's something I cannot figure out. This is something I need help with. It's going to be a way that they're letting you know I am participating in my life. I'm not just sitting back waiting on an answer to come outside of myself. My goal when I'm doing spiritual consultation readings is to get you instantly invested back into you, to get you back invested into who you are. Right? So I'm asking him these questions. I can feel the heaviness and I can feel his resistance to wanting to participate in the session. But I gently bring him in through the questions. And I asked one particular question, and I asked him, I said, do you like to go swimming? No. I said, okay. Have you been swimming? No. I said, I know you hate the water. Oh no, I love water. I'm not afraid of water. I said, oh, I didn't say you were afraid of water. You love water? Yes. I love the ocean. I love the sea. I love all of that. I said, okay. So we continue on through the process, through the Akashic files. I already knew what I had seen, so I said, well, let me just share this with him. I said, what is happening right now with you in your life? And I know why you came to see me. And he said, you do? And I said, yeah. He said, oh, because of what I said to my son, because I don't believe in these things where I come from. This is not something I believe in. I said, oh, no, your son had his own issues. This isn't why you came to see me. I said, you came to see me about your daughter. And he said, well, I have many daughters. I said, your youngest daughter. And immediately when I said youngest daughter, he paused. And I began to tell him, I said, here is the connection between you and your daughter. I said, because I know at times it's made you feel very uncomfortable and also question yourself. He didn't say anything when I was doing this reading. I said, in a past life, and this is the past life that's coming up for you at this time, your daughter used to be your wife in a past life. I said, your daughter used to be your wife in a past life. I said, and in this particular past life, your marriage was an arranged marriage. And you so desperately wanted to marry her, but she did not want to marry you. But you didn't know that. This marriage was a marriage that the two families had brought together. It wasn't a marriage that was built on love. After you two became married, husband and wife, there was a time very early on in the marriage where you could tell that your wife had great resistance to you. And you begin to question whether or not she was happy in the marriage and if she loved you, because you two were attempting to have a child. She assured you that there was no problem and that she loved you. But then there started to be rumors that went around in town about how your wife was in love with someone else, but that person's family was not at the same status as your two families. And so, due to the caste system, she could never marry or be with that person that she truly loved. His position at that particular time, which I find it to be pretty interesting, that in this life he was a diplomat, because in this past life he was connected with some force of, what do you call it? The military. He was like a part of the military system they had. And there was a situation that happened where they were attempting to overthrow the ruler. And the people were rebelling against the ruler. And so when the people were rebelling against the ruler, they were attempting to get all of his top people. And so one day, while his wife was out and about, as she would go into town, she had befriended one of the people's wives who worked in one of the local shops. And she confided in this woman to let her know that she was in a marriage, but it was a marriage that was based on the caste system. It was not a marriage that was based on love. And so what she didn't know is that this woman's husband was the main person that was rallying against the rebels who were attempting to overthrow the rulers at that particular time. And so after time and meeting with this woman, she became more disenchanted with her marriage and with the situation. And so one day the woman told her that because there was so much disrest that was happening amongst the people, that she told her finally who her husband was. And so she told the woman she could no longer, be caught socializing with this woman, because she knew that if her husband found out, if her family found out, that there would be a problem. And so one day the woman approached her and asked her and gave her a letter and said, listen, my husband wants to meet one-on-one with your husband because they want to stop this fighting that is happening amongst the people. Now, granted, I'm telling you all this story, but this reading took place more than 10 or 12 years ago that I did this reading. And she said, do whatever you can to get your husband to meet down by the sea so that we can connect with each other at that point. So she went and she had the conversation with her husband, and it sparked this big argument because now her husband's questioning her loyalty. He's wondering if this is why she's acting. Yeah, where are the mods at? Because somebody is in here just having a field day. And yeah, we gonna help you. We just gonna help you because obviously you feel in some kind of way, and we get it. So what happens is what happened is so she finally convinces her husband to meet down at the river, the ocean. And yeah, this is someone special. Ask the husband to meet down by the ocean. And so the husband goes and meets down at, yeah, somebody left the door open. I've never had bots. Somebody has left the door open. Let me find out who let that door open. Y'all close the door. We got to keep the trash out because we don't do bots over here. When I heard people talk about that, that was a mystery to me. I didn't never had that. So anywho, we continue. So her husband agreed to go down and meet by the sea. What he didn't know is once he got down by the sea, they were there to ambush him. That this wasn't a meeting of the minds. This wasn't a coming together. This wasn't some sort of agreement or peace alliance. This wasn't any of that. This was a trick. He went down by the sea, he went down by the river, and what ended up happening is they ambushed him and they drug him out in the water for him to drown. Now, his wife was nearby, hiding, watching, and she ran to go get him. And as she pulled him out the water, they thought he was dead, but he really wasn't dead. And she took him back home, and he was still alive, but barely alive. And he ended up passing away a couple of days later. So after I told him this, he paused for a moment, and then he broke down and he told me, he said, wow, I guess this is real. He said, I always wondered what this connection was with my youngest daughter. She clings to me. If I stay at work or have to go out of town, she cries with her mother. She cries. She wants me close to her. She wants me near her. He said she's 7 years old now. And whenever I have to go somewhere, she wants to be right near me. Right near me. Right near me. And she wants to be right near me. She doesn't want to leave my side. She wants to be everywhere I am. And he said, as far as the water goes, since I've been a little boy, I've had nightmares of drowning, of someone literally trying to drown me. I wake up in the middle of the night in sweats, in tears, because I think someone is trying to drown me. He said, and I can't shake it. I couldn't shake it. He said, and my daughter, he said, sometimes she's close to me and I feel this feeling and I didn't know what this feeling was. Of course, it is love, but it was something else that I could barely understand. And he said, I've never crossed the line. And she's a child, she's never crossed the line. But it's sometimes that she hugs me or sometimes that she kisses me. And I feel something inside of me that I could never explain to anyone and probably would have never shared with anyone had this not happened. And I'm going to tell you guys something that sort of blew me away because it made me go back to a time when I was growing up. And when I was growing up, one of the things that I remember reading about in history, and many of you may remember reading about in history too. Maybe they weren't bots, but anyway, that's another thought. In history. And what it was, you know how they would talk about in ancient Egypt, they would marry their brothers and sisters and cousins, they would marry each other. And we see this in other parts of the world, in Asia and in other cultures where they were marrying each other. And I thought that is the sickest thing. Like, who would want to marry their own brother, their own, in England, their bloodline? They were marrying their bloodline. But it was after doing these Akashic record readings that it made me think maybe our ancestors knew something and understood something different that we didn't understand. But getting back to the story, I'll go back to that. I then went on to explain to him that in this lifetime, because we travel in soul groups together, in that lifetime with him and his daughter, after he died, she lived a long, miserable life, holding on to so much regret. So much regret. And I see this a lot when people have these things happen in a recent past life, in this lifetime coming back. We travel sometimes within the same soul pod. They traveled within the same soul pod, but this time they didn't come back to be husband and wife. In this lifetime, they came back to be father and daughter. And I explained to him because the soul needed another chance to love him and his daughter. And so in this lifetime, they did not come back, but what they both needed from each other was unconditional love. Because who loves like a father loving his daughter or child? Because as children, most of us know that our parents love us unconditionally. And for the child, there is no love to a parent like a love from a child. And this way, these souls had an opportunity to come back to love each other one unconditional way. And the souls needed another chance. And this time without pressure, without the marriage, and without trauma. And without trauma. See, romantic love can break, but unconditional love heals. That's what heals you. Unconditional love is what heals you. Romantic love, that can fall apart. And I explained to him, this is why she clinged to him, because a part of her remembered what his mind forgot. And so I begin to tell the father. And he broke down. He broke down and said, wow, he couldn't believe it. He said, I couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it, but it explained what he was feeling. And like I said, that's when I started to see things in the premiere files that life doesn't really show you. I used to cringe and really cringe when I read about ancient Egypt and the Asian dynasties and the European monarchies marrying inside of the family. I felt it was wrong, right? Until I started reading past lives. Hear me out. Until I saw that we don't reincarnate randomly. We come back in circles. We come back in soul groups. You have been the mother. You've been the father. You've been the child. You've been the lover. You've been the enemy. You've been the guide. We rotate roles. We come back to heal unfinished business and continue the story because the soul sees it as one continuous story. In fact, everything you're working on in this lifetime, is what happened last lifetime. You're not working on anything new here. So maybe our ancestors weren't ignorant. Maybe they were deeply spiritually connected. And maybe they understood something we forgot. So here's my question to you. What do you guys think about that? What do you think that our ancestors knew more about than we realize? Is this a example where spiritual world imitates life? And maybe they were so close to that frequency that they remembered their past life, that they literally was living it out in real time. In real time. What do y'all think about that? Do you think our ancestors knew more than we realized? Let's talk about that in chat. And no. I'm not here for ancestral marriage. That's not what I'm talking about, or conceding together. I'm asking us to look at this because doing these Akashic record readings, I seen how this was a story. Most of us, the people that are in your life, your birth family, your first family, right? Your soul family, we have traveled together. We have been in different lifetimes together with each other. This is how you can meet someone and there is a familiarity. There is a closeness. There is a connection. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think our ancestors knew something and figured out something that we didn't know and what they were living? And some people on the planet still live that way, but what they are living was what they were truly experiencing. That they knew, wait a minute, me and you, we were together in a past life. And I started to see these patterns of people. I remember a session, and I don't have too many, but I had a few. There was this brother, and he hated his mother, hated her, hated it. He had been through therapy. He had been through counseling. He had did all of these things. Nothing could shift him from this despise he felt from his mother. I did an Akashic record reading from the premiere file with him. And don't get me wrong, it crushed his heart. He said, maybe she did something to me, Ms.Blue, and I can't remember what it is. But I hate it that I hate my mother. Now, keep in mind, anyone knows that, and let me address something. I'm not condoning incest. None of that is right because we are in a different time now. I'm not condoning abuse. I'm not condoning anyone taking advantage of anyone. So please don't get this twisted. That's not what I'm talking about. Maybe I should have put a trigger alert for you guys. And I would also let you know that you're on the internet and don't put things out there that you don't want those who may not have the same level of love and sensitivity to give to you out there. Let's just be advised. We got a lot of eyes on us. But I'm going to continue. He felt bad about how he felt about his mother because he didn't have, I think as children, we have different things that happen to us and different things that go on with our parents, whether it's our mother or our father. And we can utilize these reasons to say why we have sort of friction. It could be with a sibling, it could be with other family members. But guess what? Nothing this deep as he was feeling. And he had a tremendous fear of her. And it started from a very young age. But after I did his session, in a past life, him and his mother were enemies. And his mother, who wasn't his mother at the time, she unalived him. And we got to go into the nuances for me to share with him what happened and what was surrounding that scenario. He contacted me back about 8 months later, and he resolved that hate he had for his mother. Why am I telling you this at this time? For several reasons. One, I want you to understand we are the ancestors. Most ancestors and most souls do not reincarnate back till after about 150 to 250 years. You don't die and you don't come back. The last time souls were returning back quickly was during World War I and World War II. After that, there was a gap in how that lineage came back. But we have been around each other for so long. So when souls are being born, we are meeting our ancestors who are in the spiritual realm before we come. And not to mention, we have had multiple lifetimes where we have worked together, lived together, been in relationship with each other, been family with each other, knew each other, been brother and sister to each other, and all kinds of aspects. And this is where the plot twists ends when it comes to twin flames, because sometimes we meet somebody and we feel this great drawing and we feel like there is this love and connection, but that might have been in a past life. And in this life, you are meant to reconnect with one another, but not to go back into the same relationship. People get that twisted. And it turns out being the most destructive relationship that they ever had. You meet people, you connect with people, and a lot of times it's because you had and quiet as it's kept. Most of the time, we've had beautiful relationships with the people that we're still in connection with. Everyone doesn't. Just because you have your family, yeah, you've incarnated with them a couple of times before, but you've also been in other families. You've been in other families as well too. You don't have to keep reincarnating back into your same earth family. You've been in multiple earth families. And this is how a lot of times when we're in a family, we can recognize, I don't feel like I really have anything in common with these people in my family. I don't, I feel like I am really the black sheep in this family. Who are these people? Did they switch me at birth? No, they didn't switch you. You just don't have a deep connection because this may not have been the last family or place you reincarnated with. So it's like you having a friend when you were in second grade and now you done graduated from college, you got your own family, you done traveled around the world, you done moved, and y'all bump into each other at the grocery store. Y'all don't really know each other. You kind of like, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I remember you. Your mama used to dress you up with them yellow rain boots every day. Yeah. How you doing? What grade were we in? First grade, second grade? Yeah. I remember you still look the same. Wow. But I don't really know you. This is some of the families we've reincarnated with. We don't really know them. We like, you that kid that used to walk around with the yellow rain boots on. You understand? Used to make up all kinds of scenarios when I was younger about how I ended up. I'm telling you, these are things that I've seen inside the records. And anyone who's doing this work and have done it to this degree will tell you that. I don't know if everybody's out here spilling these secrets like I so willingly do, but I get excited about this. So, yeah, needless to say, he was blown away. And he healed that relationship with his mother. He healed that relationship with his mother. You know? We come back to experience many different things. And like this father and his daughter, it brought him clarity, so much clarity, so much clarity. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe our ancestors understood some things that we have forgotten. Yeah. And those three, the diplomat father, the professional athlete, and his daughter, they all had a deeper understanding of how they came together. And the diplomat was no longer afraid of water or drowning. In fact, he contacted me a year or so later and told me he had finally went and took swimming lessons because he had a deeper understanding, because you're not going to experience the same thing. And many of you, with things that are happening to you at this time, and some of the things that you may feel like you want to do, you want to experience, you want to express, and you feel like something's holding you back, kind of like this invisible monkey. You know how they say the monkey be on your back? Just when you're about to step across that threshold, just when you're about to step across and do something that you know deep in your soul you've been wanting to do, you've been wanting to experience, you've been wanting to have, but something is hesitating you. That's because in a lot of cases in your past life, maybe you were right there and you were about to do it. And either you died, someone took you out, or you decided to sacrifice yourself for a family member, someone who was sick, or you yourself got sick, or you yourself decided that it was too much and that maybe you were fooling yourself. And so you never, ever, go forward. So if you're feeling fear right now about something you're about to do, and you're trying to talk yourself out of it, and I'm not talking about real and apparent danger, right? But I'm talking about something that you feel is your calling. And you're making up all of these excuses about why you can't do it right now. It's because you've come to the point energetically within your divine blueprint where you were right here in the past life. And this was going to be your moment. This was going to be your time. And something happened, and it didn't happen. I'm going to ask you to push through, to go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. This is the portal that we are with humanity right now. Push through the portal. Do it. It's not going to end up the same way. I love that. Brooklyn, Haitian. Saw a man in the store, fell in love. We don't know each other. Never seen him again. And then 3 years later, saw him, and now he's the one that approaches me, and it's been 5 years. Now, I'm going to speak to that. It may be not that y'all knew each other in the past life, that y'all are new souls that have just met here. And you decided to become earth mates because that's what you're looking for. And everyone is your soul mate. You want an earth mate. You want somebody that can build with you here on earth, because we're all soul mates by the nature of our essence. Congratulations. But I want to remind you that whatever you're looking for is looking for you. But you have to use discernment. Please, discernment. You have to trust yourself. And sometimes we can be so afraid of what we want. And sending you so much love, Nicole. You had an NDE. And I'm so glad that you have returned. You decided to stay. You decided to push through your fear. Because all of us will get 7 points of exit. 7 points of exit. And everybody knows when you've come close to one of those exit points. That's when no one leaves before they're supposed to. No one comes unless that's their choice. Free will is the greatest law in all of the cosmos, in the universe. Everyone has it. Now, I want to lovingly speak to something. Lovingly. There was a comment on one of my YouTube videos that said that I was blaming people for their lives. I don't know if y'all read that. And that I was saying that everything was the person's fault. I want to be clear. I want to be crystal fucking clear. I don't want anybody to get it twisted. I don't blame. I don't blame. I reveal. I reveal. This isn't about fault. This is about frequency. And when I say you created it, I'm saying you have the power to recreate it. You are not a victim of your reality. And we need to hear this, especially melanated people from the diaspora on this planet. And for those of us who have been suppressed in our lives, I want you to understand that you are not a victim of your reality. People have made billions of dollars, and a lot of our ancestors have sacrificed so you can stop being a victim. Stop being a victim. You are a sovereign being. Sovereign being. And the moment that you remember that, you step out of survival mode. You know, the brother Black Dot came on and talked about how he was living in fight or flight. And many of us could relate to that because we have had times in our lives when we were living in fight or flight. I am very much up to here with how people in the spiritual community wants to incite a riot of fear in you. That just seems like an oxymoron. Why? I'm not getting to know who I am to only still fear. You mean to tell me I'm going to know who I am and still be damn powerless? What? So, the moment you remember that you are a sovereign being, you step out of survival and into creation. Everybody wants to be a creator. I'm trying to get you there for real. Not through numbers, not through likes. I'm trying to help you become the creator you are for real. You are a sovereign being. So if the truth feels too sharp for you, it's because the old story is cutting away. And I get it. We fight, we resist what we don't understand. But I will tell you this. I ain't for everybody. And I'm okay with that. I'm not here for you to like me. But one of the things I will tell you, one thing you won't say is that I didn't tell you. And I'm not telling you my way is the only way. I'm telling you for those who have the ears to hear and the heart to receive. Wow. Your father was 13 when you were conceived. You're a powerful soul. But I'm just telling you, if the truth feels too sharp, maybe it's because it's cutting away at an old truth. See, people want you to be so locked in to this outdated history that has been twisted, that has been warped, and a lot of it is just not true. That keeps you stuck. Listen. That keeps you playing small. That wants you to feel like you got all this power, but you can't do shit with it. You want to walk around and be a king and be a queen, but you ain't got no kingdom. You ain't got no queendom. You not putting in this work. Come on. You reading books and you reading books and you reading books of someone's perception, of someone's understanding. You're listening to people, you hearing people talk, you hearing them telling their stories. I want you to get your own story. I want you to take what you need as a tool and apply it to your life to elevate you. I want you to stop being scared of yourself. Stop being scared of your own power. Stop being scared to trust yourself. Stop being scared to go against your own mind. You have no problem going against anyone else. And believe you me, my heart don't pump Kool-Aid. I ain't been here for 20 plus years pumping Kool-Aid juice. When you're ready for something real, when you're ready for something real, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here when you're ready for something real. Now, if you want to keep eating, if you want to keep going with what you're going with, go with it. But if you're ready for something real, right here, I'm your girl. If you're ready for something real. Now, if you ain't about that life, get on the porch and keep doing what you've been doing. Just get on the porch. Just go sit back on the porch and keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you're ready for something real, it's here. It's here. That was your grandmother's favorite line. Yeah, my daddy used to tell me that. My heart don't pump Kool-Aid. So as we were kids, we would start saying it. My heart don't pump Kool-Aid. Yeah. Yeah. So I just had to address that because I think a lot of times people take this as entertainment. In fact, they told me, Miss Blue, you could still have millions upon millions of followers if you would just entertain us. I said, what you want me to do? Jump up and down, pop my titties out? What you want me to do? Wrap my head up, cloak myself? What you want from me? What do you want me to do? You don't want something real? What do I got to do? I just ain't good at acting. And maybe that's my downfall. I'm just not good at acting. I don't do that shit well. What I got to do? What I got to do to keep it real? What do I got to do? I'm not doing that. That's just not for me. That's not for me. What I got to do? I can't dress like this and be a psychic and be a medium. What I got to do? I can't talk like this. How I got to talk? What I got to say? What language I got to speak? I don't really care. I don't really care because, see, all that shit, when I started, I could tell you stories that will blow you think. I'm telling you a story to blow your mind. I got mind blowing stories, baby. And I done readings from people from all walks of life and all places around the world. If you see the T-shirts underneath the YouTube store, that ain't some shit I made up. Those are all the countries I touched and all the people I spoke to, that some had to have translators on the line that I was talking to. If you want somebody to give you something they read in a book, I respect that. I'm not your girl for that. That's not what I do. I don't do that. If you want someone to trick you and give you all of this shit that you got to do, these 59 steps, so by the time you done, you so scared. I remember when Brother Bobby Hemmett said, I no longer do spell work. Matter of fact, many of y'all remember that show. And he broke that shit down, why he don't do it anymore. Especially not no love spell. The hell I need you to put a spell on somebody to make them love you? The hell you need to put a spell on something? I'm not talking about the self-initiated rituals that sometimes we call spell, because whenever we use language and words, we are spelling by nature. I tend to call it more of a transmission or activation, but that's a little different. I'm not going to get into the wordplay here. You all understand what I'm talking about. And see, the fact of the matter is, some people, not any of you here, you play too much. And then when shit get real, you want to come running, trying to have somebody come save you from the bullshit you done got yourself into. But if you look around at the people in your life, you see that they done got themselves in situations they can no longer get their ass out of. They in too deep. Like the movie with Lawrence Fishburne. You're in too deep. You can't get out. You done dug in the dark so much. It's challenging to get out. But I want you to understand it is a way to get out. And I don't want you to get it twisted. I'm not upset. This is passion. Because I don't like when people try to play in my face with shit. I could call you out because I know who you are and I know why you're doing it. I could call you out, but guess what? The internet would go crazy if they knew it was you doing it. They would go crazy. Wasn't that a song by Casey and JoJo? I Go Crazy? They would go crazy. Yes, yes, yes. I do this for real. And I got enough living people not those who have transitioned out of here, living people who can bear witness and speak truth, the power to that. So don't play with me, because I ain't to be played with. I don't play with you. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Now, like I was saying, I know Twitch. I know. We still live? Are we still? I don't even know if we still live over here. Twitch, listen, I'm sorry, Twitch. It's my first time. But one thing you're going to know about me, I'm going to be real. And if you meet me in person, I'm going to be real. You're going to be like, damn, you act exactly like you act. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like we act. And that's what I'm telling you guys. Don't let nobody play in your face. Because people are playing your face. They'll play in your face. But getting back, this ain't about a blame game. And I don't promote foolishness over here. When I'm talking about everything in your reality is because of you and you created it. That's not a Ms.Blue law. That's not a my law. I didn't make that rule. Because if I had an opportunity to make a rule, I would make one and it wouldn't be that. I wouldn't make that rule. That's a universal law. Challenge it. Challenge it. A lot of people want to stay in a loop. They want you to think that everything in the world got more power than you. And we're just sitting back like sitting ducks. And we have to be subjected to all the damn foolishness. And no, you don't. Passing blame, the best way not to improve. Shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. Yeah. I don't particularly subscribe to that term shadow work because to me, self-love and growth is the new shadow work. See how I dismiss that shit right there? That is bothering people. You know what it reminds me of? It bothers people like it used to bother people almost 20 years ago when I would tell people I love them. This is the same pushback I get. How dare you try to take shadow work away? How dare you take the darkness away from us? How dare you tell people they don't have to destroy themselves to grow? How dare you take these years and decades of the darkness and tell people they don't have to destroy themselves to grow? How dare you tell them that? Is it a way? Absolutely. Can you grow in shadow? You can. But not the way they done taught you in them books to grow in shadows. The way they taught you in them books to go in shadows is how most people end up in a mental institution. The way they taught you in them books to grow in shadows is how you destroy your whole life, your families, your connections, your friends. The way they tell you in them books. Mind trip. I'm not, listen, this ain't like I said, if the knife is cutting, I'm just saying, right? I'm just letting you know. We can't talk about we're walking into a new era. We can't say that we're coming into this age. We can't say that we are evolving and expanding. We can't say that our climate is not the same. We can't say that literally we are not in the same place in our astrological lineup as they taught us when we were in elementary school. We can't say that animals are changing and expanding, and yet our knowledge and information is outdated, antiquated information that comes from only a one-sided masculine point of view, oftentimes in the eyes or through the knowledge of only a small select group of individuals on the planet. Make it make sense. make it make sense. Earth is not going to change. There's nothing wrong with Earth. And the moment you get that in your mind, you would understand that Earth is not here to change. You are, if you choose, not Earth. You don't control Earth that way. You don't control Earth that way. Earth has its own consciousness, just like you have yours. All Earth got to do is turn his ass on his side, and half of us will be gone. Earth only has to have a bad bowel movement, and half of us will not exist. You don't control Earth. Earth has its own consciousness. But that's the nature of humanity. We want to try to control everything outside of ourselves. Anytime I hear these conversations and we're still talking about how we're helpless, what kind of message are we sending to the generations that are behind us? What kind of message is that to teach them about their powers and who they are? So you want to know why each generation is tasked with a particular skill. Now, you don't even have to subscribe to that. Some of us subscribe, but some don't. Why do you think they decided we're going to be vegan? Why do you think they decided, no, we're not working these jobs to kill ourselves for nothing? Why do you think that these young people have decided, no, we're not doing none of these traditions that y'all like? We're not doing none of that. Because look at what it's got y'all. You ain't moved. They done figured out you ain't got to study, go to college. They didn't figure it out in their generation. We don't want to do that. Now, both of my children went to college. I'm not against college. I went to college. They went to college. They graduated, did wonderful things. But I didn't encourage or force them. I told them to follow what they loved because everything ain't for everybody. And some of y'all are trying to push y'all children into destruction because it's something you couldn't do. You couldn't succeed at. So you're trying to push them into doing something you ain't got guts to do. You couldn't figure it out. That's not living. That's not living. And then some of us are being so rebellious in our lives that we struggling and we ain't got to. We're struggling. And there's a solution to get out of the struggle. You ain't got to try to be spiritual. The moment you took your breath here, you're spiritual. Anything you do is spiritual. Whether you working at Burger King or whether your ass is in corporate America or whether you cut grass for a living, whether you babysit kids, you're spiritual. Whether you at home laying on the couch, you are spiritual. We got to get out of all of this stuff that makes us feel like we're a victim. But I'm not condoning these horrible things that happen on earth. Because there are some horrible things that happen on earth. And unfortunately, sometimes we were children at the hands of people who didn't have the understanding. But I want you to understand there is a bigger picture. And once something has happened that we don't want to happen, do we keep letting the shit happen by saying nothing you can do about it? That's just life. It is what the fuck it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Is that what we do? Or do we realize that we have the power to create our own reality, that we are a sovereign being. And if I'm in a friend group, soul group, with my family, birth family, and it's not a healthy relationship, I'm not under any kind of contract or any kind of agreement that forces me to stay in these conditions. That part. We don't have contracts no more. Just look around. We don't have contracts anymore. I understand. I understand what you mean by shadow work, but I'm talking about shadow work by its nature. That's why I said I'm not doing wordplay, mind trip. But your name helps me understand why you still there. So let me help you help yourself. Let me help you help yourself. I understand what you meant. I wasn't speaking to you. I was speaking collectively through you because you posed the question. So I want you to understand there is none. There is no contract. There is no contract. So when people say to me, you don't have people in your life that do this and people, friends who do this and no, I decided a long time ago, I don't want those friendships. I don't want those connections. No, you get no more of the goddess energy, period. But by the same token, make sure you're being a good daughter. Make sure you're being a good sister. You want good people? Make sure you're being a good friend. Make sure you're being a good partner. You have to make sure that you're living up to your side of the deal as well. That's doing the work. What do you mean we don't have, you don't have soul contracts? That's what I mean. There is no soul contract. If someone is in your life, that's because you agreed, you have an agreement. You have chosen for that person to be connected with you and your life. Point blank, period. Not because y'all got some soul agreement. Ride or die to the day we die. No, no, no. Mm-mm. You not leaving my ass on the curb in the rain, in the snow, and in the bad weather. And then when you need help, I'm ride or die. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. There's no soul contracts. We're sovereign beings. And we get to choose who we have connection with and who people are in our lives. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And nobody leaves before their time. No one. It's only so many ways we can get out of this body. And I know we don't like the way some people leave this planet, but it's not your decision to make. It's not yours. You just make sure when it's your time to leave, you have enough consciousness that you leave the way you want to leave. Because you can't control how another soul decides to enter and how a soul decides to leave. You can't control that. Mm-hmm. You can't control that. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not blaming people for their lives. And the other comment they made about everything being a person's fault. Like I said, I want to be clear. I don't blame, I reveal. And I get it. Everybody ain't ready for that frequency. I get it. Mm-hmm. When I say you create, I'm saying you have the power to recreate it. You have the power. You are not a victim. Listen at me close. You are not a victim to your reality. And if somebody got you believing you are a victim to your reality, you might want to change that, because victims don't get saved. Don't save her, him, them. They don't want to be saved. It's not that they don't want to be saved. Nobody can save you. Some people are still waiting on Jesus to come save them, when Jesus already done came and did his work and left. You still waiting on Jesus, and Jesus already done did the work. If that's your path, he done already gave you the keys to the city. You done got the blessing, and you still waiting on Jesus. Well, Jesus is waiting on you. We are not victims of our reality. We're just not. We got to get out of survival mode consciously. Hey, Griffin. That song, I Got the Power, is playing. I got the power at my very first interview. I interviewed the sister from that song. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. I know. Yeah. Nobody's coming to save you. No one needs to save you. You can save yourself. Save yourself by knowing who you are. And quiet as it's kept, you'll know more about who you are when you connect with you. Mighty Majesty says, I've been fasting from women. Listen, I'm not laughing at you, I promise. I'm going to read this because you wanted me to read this. Come on now. You wanted me to read this. I've been fasting from women because of continuous types of female that keeps returning in my life. Am I wrong to think that I'm removing a soul tie from my life? Actually, you are not wrong, because I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to break free from that energetic pattern, that loop. I want you to, if this helps, you can change the language. Instead of saying soul tie to an energy loop, because that's what a soul tie is. It's an energy loop. But you know how on earth we take everything literal. So we literally think my soul, which quiet as it's kept, you only have a fraction of your soul here. Your whole soul couldn't even fit in our galaxy. That your soul somehow is tied, I mean, like in a damn knot, to someone else, and somehow you can't free yourself. You have an energetic loop with this person. Energy, meaning you've mixed your energy with a particular type of woman. But here's how I would help you reframe this. And I'll give you a little spiritual counsel here. You claim that you are fasting from women. But the truth is, you are fasting from yourself. You are fasting from you. Because it is you who is attracting these types of women in your life. And what you're doing now is you're working out to see, what is it that I truly desire and love in a partnership with women? What is it? Honestly, which means that you are growing. You are growing. And so you had to stop this portal you opened, because that portal's frequency is down here when you trying to get here. See, you can't attract a woman that's here when you're here. You were attracting these type of women because this is where you were vibrating at. So you're really stopping yourself and you're elevating your consciousness so you can have something that's more in alignment to where you're trying to go. Because, see, trying to go here when you're here, that's not getting ready to happen. As long as you don't think the women were the problem and you understand that you were the issue. Because what is the common denominator between all of these different women? You. As long as you understand that, you can call it what you want. You can call it what you like. But that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And I think it's a good thing that you are recalibrating yourself. And now that you've experienced quite a few women, you can sit down, not and try to figure out what kind of woman you want, but what kind of man are you in a relationship with a woman? That's a better position to be in. That's a king's position. Not what kind of woman do I want? What kind of king am I going to be when I'm in a relationship with a woman? You ain't got to try to measure the woman because you will measure wrong, just like women measure wrong when they start to look at a man because they're looking at material different aspects and trying to measure up. Does he make enough money? Does he look like this? Do he have this kind of job? All that shit is going to drive you insane and you're never going to get the right person. That's not what you do. I can teach a class if you want. I can teach a class if you want. But I'm just saying. So hopefully that helped you. So it's really about you elevating. So you're not wrong for what you're doing. Just I want you to make this something that is built on some real alchemy. Because as long as you keep thinking the problem is out there, it's going to keep recreating. Here's something. The mind is going to do one or two things. The mind is either going to accuse you or the mind is going to excuse you. That's it. That's all the mind can do. Either the mind is going to say this shit is all your fault, or the mind's going to say, this ain't got nothing to do with you. That's what the mind's going to say. That's it. When it comes to things in your life, accuses or excuses, that's it. You want to go to a higher ground. You want to go to a higher ground with that. You want to stand in your power on that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's focusing on women, not himself. Let me see what Lola said. Lola said he's focusing on women, not himself. We are products of our choices and decisions, not our environment. That's right. We don't have to be a product of our environment, but we can be. See, that's the magic of being so powerful. You can be a product of your environment, or you can choose not to be. So you can be a product of your environment. You can, but you don't have to be. But see, when people want to tell you that you don't have any power, you think you have no other choice. And because this is your environment, then you have to be a product of it. You don't have to be a product of your environment. You don't, but you can be a product of your environment. A lot of people are a product of their environment because they don't know that they have a choice. Remember, when you decide something, that means you cut it off. You bud nip it. You nip it at the bud. It's done. It's over. It's final. It's finished. You know how in the game they say, finish him. Finish. It's done. Hmm. You need a class for real? Okay. Okay. I'll keep it in mind. Yes, Brother Lance. Self mastery. I wanted to read your comment and someone else. Questions. Question one should ask is, would you date you? One question one should ask. Oh, okay. I understand, Rob Blackstone. That's an excellent question. Would you date yourself? It's a fair question. Every day, 24 hours a day, baby, 7 days a week. Of course. Of course, I'm going to date me. Who? What? Are you playing? Every day. Not can I? I do. I do. Some people are so miserable with themselves. I'm like, ooh, you can't get a date like that. You don't even like you. So how you think somebody else gonna like you? Of course. That's a powerful question. Yes. Would you date you? If you didn't know you, would you date you? Would you date you? Would you? Would you date you? Yeah. And you should get to the point where you love yourself. Not only would you date yourself, you date yourself. You not alone. I can be, here's the point. I can be alone and not lonely. When you can be alone but not lonely, that part. That part. You can be alone and not lonely. Some people think, oh, I'm lonely. I'm not lonely. No, 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 no. You can be alone and not lonely. That's right. Wow. You have stamina, Ms.Blue. Oh, you know what, Palms? Thank you for that. Thank you. Because I need it. It's 3 hours. You know what? I'm glad you said something. See, that's what I'm talking about. You deserve a prize. Thank you for stopping me. I'm getting ready to end the line stream over on Twitch. I don't even know how to do it. How I do it. Twitch, I love you. I love you all on Twitch. Love you, Twitch. I'll be back. Make sure to like, subscribe. I don't know how they do it over here. I'm going to get it set up. But make sure you like, subscribe, and all that good jazz. And thank you all for hanging out over on Twitch. So if you want to come on back, and if you don't know where coming on back is, you can come on back over to YouTube at the Soulful Oracle. And yeah, you will find me right there. Come on back. Come on back on over here. And we're going to close this Twitch stream down. They going to say, oh my goodness. How do I end it? There I go. Wow. It says, am I still going? It says I have 37 followers. I don't know how to end it. End it. Stream manager. I don't know how to end it in the live stream. I don't know how to end it, you guys. Is it ended? Is it still going? Let me know if Twitch is still going. Y'all still over there? It says I'm still live. Yeah, it's still going. I don't know. It's still going. Okay. Hold on. I got to figure out how to end it. If I log out, no, I don't want to log out. I don't want to log out. It's got to be a button over there. This was good. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. Some people can't be alone by themselves when they have to face them thoughts take over. That's true. That's why you do the work. That's why you do the work. But you ain't got to destroy yourself to do the work. Y'all, I don't know how to end this live. I think I got to end it all to end the live. Edit stream information. How I cut the stream off? I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Hey, Little Rock Barack. Good to see you. I don't know how to do it, you guys. I don't know how to do it. It's not clear to me. I done tried to exit out. It's not letting me exit out. So I guess we still going. Listen, I guess we're still going. I took notes, so I'm grateful. You took notes. Okay, well, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I love you guys so much. Let me know. Now, no pressure because I'm not sponsored by Zara, but Zara, holla at your girl. Cocoa Sunset. That's all I'm going to say. Let me know if y'all getting y'all Cocoa Sunset. Now, quiet as it's kept, Donna sent me some oud, and I will be mixing my oud with my Cocoa Sunset. I got to try that out. I got some pure oil. Thanks again, Ms.Blue. This was great. Thank you, Mind Trip. And thank you for being a good sport. I love you guys so much. Y'all are on it. Okay. You're like a daughter, Delbert Blair, in this form. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for that. Cosmic Crystal. I think that's who said that. Thank you. Thank you. I love Dr. Delbert Blair. At the top left corner. Okay, Lola. I'm going to try. Because look, I got my phone. Y'all see my phone right here? I got my phone. Now, top left corner, right, left. I hit on the left, and this is what I see. This is what I see, Lola. It don't tell me how to do that. It don't tell me. It says my channel. It's got the oracle. If I click on that, nothing happened. My channel. It take me back to my channel. Settings. I'm in settings. It's a live stream. And it just takes me back to the live stream. Let me see these three little dots. Say three little dots. Ms.Blue is telling you how to do it. Okay, let me go back. Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to her. Well, tell me, Tachi. You over there with Jazzy Jeff. You can help Jazzy Jeff. Look for a button in the top left corner. What kind of button, Tachi? What kind of button? What it say? What the button say? What the button say? What does the button say? This was great. You're so welcome. I ordered my Cocoa Sunset. Where do you get your food from? Well, I live in Texas. I'm a HEB baby. I love me some HEB. I go to Whole Foods. I go to Trader Joe's because they got some of that good, good stuff too. And I go to Aldi's every now and again, but really, my heart belongs to HEB. Coco Sunset is arriving on your as a birthday present in July. You guys got to let me know because look, I done sprayed it about 3 times in here. Y'all see how much? I brought this last year. And I really, when I got it, I was like, then it just started to, whew, it just started to weigh on me. Try to click the video screen. Okay, let me stop running my mouth. Okay, it says mod view here. You can now access additional tools to help you moderate. Okay, that didn't work. Wait, wait, something happened. Wait a minute. Try to click. Um, if I close it out, will it go away? See if it's still on. I closed it. Did it go away? Or am I still streaming? I think I did it. I think I did it. No. Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, what I got to do? It's beyond me. Okay, so maybe I should have added this because I'm going through the streaming software. I'm sorry, Tachi. You tried to help me. And I'm over here talking about HEB and everything else. I just want to know, how do I end this? What do you want to stream? What do I want to stream next? I need to stream something next. Pick a category. Let's do Mystic Marvel next. Wait, what that mean? Huh? What happened? Let me go back. Oh, end stream information. No, edit. Okay. Maybe they were asking something else. Let me get out of there. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, y'all. We're going to get ready to end. This has been beautiful. Um I trust that you all. Yeah, I think so too. Or maybe it in yeah, because it's on the same. I'm going through, the whole little software thing. So, yeah, it's going I know, Lance. Try stopping it through where you're streaming. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do.